Hey, Amar. You right? How's it going? Oh, God. It is cold. God damn. I set my alarm for tomorrow morning. Uh, 6. What alarm should I have? Ooh. Go with that one. Waves. What up, Antonio? Oi. Hope you're well, sir. Yeah, I'm alright. You alright? If you're alright, then I'm alright. Do you know what I mean? I'm all alright on the night. Ugh. Just too can't even worry about this stuff. God. I've got a long week ahead of me. I gotta get up at like 4:30 3 times next week. And tomorrow I'm up at 6. Oh. I will be glad when next week is over. Let's have a look at my calendar. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, damn. Don't know where the others are. Sure they'll turn up. Damn, dude. Try and make the show a short one. Yeah, I know. It's never a short one. Especially when you try and make it a short one. But we fucking... Sir talks a lot. And Sir shouts a lot. What does that make me? Sir moans a lot. Don't know where everybody is. It's 9 o'clock. Maybe the show will just be me. Hey, welcome to the Veteran Gamers episode 420. I'm your host, Chinny. And we're going to be talking about video games. That's right. Ah, fuck. There I am. I'm waiting.
And he's here. Ginny is here. He's
I've been here for fucking 5 minutes.
Have
Have you been listening to this wine gums bollocks?
Jesus Christ. Christ almighty. Right. I guess.
Jesus,
Yeah.
oh, how I love you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a podcast to do, I guess. And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oi.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Any reason not to?
Nope.
And away we go!
Welcome, yo, to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, and the fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and cheese game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. Veteran gamers. Veteran gamers.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, boy.
Enchantment?
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Enchantment!
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
Hello and welcome to episode 420 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
420, dude! Dude, 420! Smoking some doobies! It's 420, dude! Getting high,
On your own supply.
puffing on the wacky tobacco. It's 420, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all
I
have
don't
Ian over there?
no idea what you're referencing.
Oh,
No, not
Jim.
really. No, I get it's a drugs reference, but I don't really understand it.
At one point, some group of people used to, after high school classes and sports and things, they would go to a friend's house and ingest tetrahydrocannabinol. And for some reason, that caught fire, and everybody in the school, and then everybody in the country, and everyone around the world. It's not a police code. It really isn't.
I
It
thought it
probably
was a
is.
police code.
Yeah, it probably
It
is.
wasn't a police code. It was just a group of people who used to smoke at 420 every day, and then it caught on. Anyway, the point
And
is,
what was the thing they was smoking? What the hell was that chemicals shit you were talking about?
tetrahydrocannabinol, also known as THC, the active ingredient in cannabis plants, also known as marijuana.
Why couldn't you just said weed?
Yeah,
Why do you have to go all
I'm a
technical? on
nerd.
this?
I have to agree with Stu on this one.
Fucking hell! It's like I'm like, what is he talking about?
I get that a lot. It's okay.
I didn't know. I didn't realize we'd come to a chemistry class.
Yeah, dude. Certain kind of chemistry.
Oh,
You mess
God.
your brain
Well,
up.
if that's the case, then can we talk about how we've been moving graphics around into simulated simulation?
No, we can talk about cardboard cutouts for Nintendo
Fuck.
games.
Oh
my
yeah, we will talk about that
Ah,
actually. What the hell is that? But we'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Labo.
Are you
Drugs
chanting
and
Labo,
cardboard, that's the-
Labo? Is that what you just did?
That's the name of this episode, is Drugs and Cardboard.
Drugs and cardboard.
Drugs and
You
cardboard.
you could snort your drugs off the cardboard.
Dude, you don't snort THC. What's wrong with
No,
you?
I know you don't snort that, but you could snort some coke.
But
What's
it's
the chemical
There's
thing for that?
isn't associated with Coke. Why did you bring Coke up?
I don't know, because you can snort it off cardboard.
You sure can. You could
So
roll. You could make a bong out of the Nintendo Labo
Yeah,
stuff.
that'd be good. wouldn't it?
That would be cool. So what's the chemical? What's the actual chemical for coke then? What's that? What is
I
that?
don't- I haven't studied that. I don't have any reason.
Why
to
have
know.
you studied weed then?
For some reason, when students started talking about it, I was like, "Ooh, I should find the name of the drug." And so I was like, "Ooh, tetrahydrocannabinol. There you go."
Brilliant.
Because people talk about THC, they don't talk about whatever drug is the active ingredient in cocaine. But because I'm a nerd, I'll look it up.
By the way, Ginny, there'll be plenty of that in Amsterdam.
Yes, there will be plenty of tetra blah blah blah
Whatever-
blah blah
whatever the hell it is.
cannabinol.
Kidnapping in the mother.
That's what I'll ask for it like that. Excuse me.
Actually,
sir.
if you say it in a certain way, it does sound like you're speaking Dutch.
Excuse me. I was wondering if I could just have some tetralambiclamol.
So it's
Please.
apparently the active ingredient in cocaine is called cocaine hydrochloride.
There you go, brilliant.
Yep.
Welcome to the Veteran Gamers Drug Ask Stu and Ginny about drugs podcast.
Next week we'll be talking about naproxen and diphenhydramine. Those are two chemicals I take on a regular basis.
Yeah. And now amphetamines can help you lose weight.
No, don't take amphetamines to lose weight.
It does work.
It does work. Yeah.
Wow.
It does
So
work.
meth helps you deal with having too many teeth.
It's the same. If you want to lose your hair, just you go and have chemo.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Ah, it's funny because cancer.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Duke,
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
and we are not military veterans. We are veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
And we also
That's
stream
right.
live Sunday at 9 p.m.
Sunday.
GMT. You don't have to do that Simpsons reference every time.
I've just said Sunday. That's all.
Just saying, just want to stop you there. Nip that in the bud there, Duke.
Yeah, nip it.
Just nipping it, okay?
Nip.
Nip. We stream live on YouTube, Twitch, and some other service that we don't speak of. 9 p.m. GMT, British
Yeah.
time, biatch.
Yeah.
Can I just clarify? Also, we aren't drug counselors or information gurus on drugs or any of that bollocks.
I'm an information-
just in case people wondered, you know.
Every topic, I'm an information guru on it. Doesn't matter what it is or whether I actually know about it. I'm gonna call myself a
You just
guru.
pretend, don't you, Duke?
Exactly. Fake it till you make it.
Jesus.
So, how's everybody doing?
Anyway,
Yeah. Don't know.
The old show up.
Fine. Fine, I guess.
yeah,
What's
it's all right.
been the highlight of your week so far?
Went to
What's
a-
been
I was a
about your-
godfather today.
Oh,
Were you? What, did you
Good
shoot a lot of people and put a horse's head in someone's bed?
Yeah.
You beat me to the joke.
Did you blow a
amazed.
house up at the wedding?
I'm amazed that you're married, Stu. Amazed.
Look, it was a good joke. It was a joke.
No, it wasn't a good joke. It was barely a
It
joke.
was.
Anyway,
So
so I
run
had
the
to,
jewels. You can get Godfather 1. You get the gun as I christen my son.
I had to pretend to like the Lord today
Oh,
because
jeez.
Marsh said don't fuck about is what he said.
Nice.
Because the priest, she's very serious, and she won't. If you joke about it, she won't let you
Yeah.
do it. All right. And I
You
was
should
like,
have done.
what were you
Gone
doing?
in and said.
Look-
You should have gone. I'm old school. I'm a fundamentalist. I do not believe there should be women priests.
yeah. No, so like,
You
yeah.
should have
I-
gone in and gone, excuse me, love, what is this church bollocks?
So like, because I was planning on going, oh yeah, I love God. I love the way He gives diseases to babies and stuff. Love all that. And Marsh was like, just don't do it, right? Because she's gonna take it really seriously. And so I had to, and we had to stand at the front, and I just kept laughing to myself. I couldn't keep a straight face.
Were you actually laughing in church?
Yeah, I was trying to disguise it as a smile, you know, and I just can't take anything serious.
When they were doing the Lord's Prayer, did you like snicker every now and again? then?
It's just all bollocks, isn't it? And it's just
of
like.
course it's all bollocks.
And
It's
everybody's
religion.
crammed into this cold stone room, and everybody's just like,
They splash water on a baby for some
and
weird reason.
then they go, "We're gonna sing some hymns," and everybody's like, "Fucking hell!"
Now,
That's
I
the
don't.
best part about being a polytheist is that I imagine that like the one God is making fun of the other God, and like the Christian God is looking down on them, and like the Hindu Shiva is looking down. Go, wait, seriously, Christian God, what is this nonsense? Why are you having them sing these hymns?
Yeah.
Shiva, shut up. Just don't bother me
It's
right
my
now.
thing. I don't bully you about your fucking weird,
Yeah, exactly.
fucking arms and shit.
Yeah, can I just say, right? Can I
Yeah.
say, I think the worst thing is, right, and we have friends who are guilty of this, right? Is people who
Murder.
aren't. No.
Right.
People who aren't. Shut up. People who aren't really religious, but still have the kids
Oh,
christened.
yeah, they love it. They love all that.
What's all
shit.
that about?
I
Look,
don't
if you're not
know.
religious, you don't get your kids christened. What the fuck's the
Is
matter
Marsh
with you?
religious?
I don't know. It's showboating, isn't it? It's like,
Is Marsh really religious?
no,
Oh, so it's for his wife.
no.
Well,
What?
is this a case of in point? Is this what you're saying?
I think
The
I
family wanted to do it.
I think his wife's family is sort of into it a little bit.
Yeah.
If she's not into it, it should be, look, I'm not into it.
I've
Yeah, but
already-
you know what? Dana Gould said that he had to do it because his My mom and dad were shitting themselves. Her mom and dad were shitting themselves. I didn't want to fight about it. I don't really think it does anything. I mean, a suspected pedophile dunks my kid's head into a bucket of water so she can spend forever in an invisible castle after she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I've already decided
Hypocrites, man. Hypocrites.
when I get a child, like from the shop or whatever.
When you get one, is it just going to be delivered?
I don't know how.
Amazon brought it in a
Big
box.
Burger delivers them, I heard.
I don't know how you get them, to be honest. But when I buy one,
Well, I actually watched
Stu.
this very realistic informational.
He was making a point, Stu. Stop it.
Fucking hell.
I'm making a point called Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, and I
Yeah.
saw it.
Oh, and she drops the baby out of her womb.
There you go.
yeah, it's old. Anyway,
Very old.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a baby barbecue, which at first sounds like I'm gonna
Whoa.
barbecue the baby.
That's
But
exactly
I'm
where she
not.
was about to take it. You
Of
just went
course,
right past
of course,
it. Go
yeah.
on.
But you know, and just you know, because all it is really is like, hey, look at my baby, I got a baby, and then everybody's like, oh, he's crying now, so
It's got some weird
Let's go
bloke
home.
who wet him.
let's go home. So, yeah.
I think they should see the full like dunking in the sea or something. That'd be cool. It'd be a bit cooler, wouldn't it?
I might
Especially in
dunk him-
winter.
Let's go
Took you-
down by the river
Well,
to
for your
pray.
babies in December.
Dunk him in the paddling pool, but maybe, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm a godfather now.
Wow.
Congratulations.
You feel different?
Nope.
Not you, Duchess. You're not a godfather.
She might be your godfather. Tells you what to do in the house and stuff.
She's making Godfather jokes from the movie. That's first thing Stu did. Congratulations.
Because is we think alike. There you go. You
Yeah.
see. Well, is it fools seldom differ?
Right. Great minds think alike.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, that was a good story
Ah,
time.
this is a fucking podcast about video games. Let's just talk about that. Shit.
Video game.
Who
Yeah.
brought it up?
What you should do, right, when you have a kid, is have a video game party. That'd be good.
No.
I'm gonna have a video game party next Saturday.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh,
And
you
this
gotta-
is not story time. This is like sort of not story time, but I just found out there is an arcade club style retro gaming place here in this town, and so I'm gonna be hosting a party there next Saturday. Woo!
So
Should
what
be
have they
lit.
got? What have they got there?
They've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-player game. They've got the Simpsons 4-player game. They got Galaga, Dig Dug, Pac-Man, all the classics. They do not have RoboCop, which I'm sad about, and they do not have Kangaroo. Those are two of my favorite classic games. But it's okay. They got a lot of good stuff, it looks like, and yeah, hang out with some
So
friends.
are you going to recreate your birthday party where you got like 3 loads of nickels or whatever it was?
Pretty much. It was tokens, but yeah. But it'll be even better because it's the type where you don't have to pay tokens at all. Because I remember the year
Free
they went
play.
from it used to be, yeah, because it used to be free play. And then one year I remember we went in and they're like, here's your roll of tokens. And I'm like, tokens? They're like, yeah.
I can just imagine you saying it exactly like that.
It was such a letdown because I was like, wait a minute, you mean it's not all free? And they're like, well, you get all these free tokens. I'm like, but once they run out, I won't have anything.
Oh, I
Because
bet you
I
pulled
just-
a real tantrum.
And now it's time to play this.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing? Well, Chinny, you can go first because I can see you've played something other than PUBG.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
I have
Stop
played.
it. That's because he got his chicken dinner and everything's great now.
Yeah, it's because you got the chicken
Let's
dinner.
find out. Did you get your chicken dinner? Jimmy?
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh man.
The ironic thing is that I was closer to getting it last week because I only had one play session last week. It was last Sunday, and I came
Yeesh.
second in that play session. I've had several since, but
Sorry.
I haven't managed to get. And the other thing is, people stop butting in and go, "Oh, can you play with me? Can you play with me? Can you play?" Because everybody loves me. And now
No, well, you just go, well, piss off.
No, but like-
do you not know I'm trying to get the chicken dinner?
everybody's trying to go like, look, everyone's like, Chinny, you're so great, play with me, duos, squads. And then I've got
If
it
you
on
were
the
so
Xbox.
great,
Now
you'd
I've got
have
it
a
on the
chicken dinner.
Xbox, and everybody's like, it's like a new group of people going, Chinny, you fucking, I love you. And I'm just like, fucking hell.
For some reason, I don't think they are saying exactly that.
It's
But okay.
tiring to be so loved.
It is. I bet it's tiring just to be you,
Difficult
Chinny.
just to be me.
Now, here's the question: do you think it's more tiring to be loved or to be hated? If you had everyone messaging you going "fuck you, Chinny," would that be better or
I think
worse?
it's just a different kind. But at least you wouldn't have to. You can just ignore those and know that like it's not
a
going to
good point.
change much. Whereas if
Chinny,
you loved,
Chinny would be happy because he was still getting attention. It's all good.
if you loved, and you ignore those messages, then eventually those people won't love you anymore.
Yeah, then there'll be the haters.
I'm not going to tell the whole story about it, but I want everyone to know that I got some zebra cakes, Little Debbie zebra cakes. Except when I got them home, I realized they weren't zebra cakes; they're zebra brownies. Why does that even exist? Boo!
Duke, what is going on? You're a vegetarian. Why are you eating zebras?
It's just an abomination. This shouldn't exist.
I
Zebra
reckon
brown.
zebras are nice.
Yeah, I do. I reckon they taste good.
I reckon they taste quite nice.
They probably will.
I've got to do
Oh,
something tomorrow that Duke might disagree with, actually, morally.
Kill a cow. Are you going to kill a cow?
It involves. I've got to film. I've got to film this thing.
Vivisection.
Why?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Are
You're
we
going to
done?
film what?
Are we done now, Stu?
I'm done.
Are we done?
I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to go outside.
All right, I'm sorry.
So I gotta. I gotta film this thing for people that shoot stuff.
Oh.
And it's the bags that the company that make the bags and the like pouches that they put their ammo in, and it's for pheasant shooters.
That doesn't make me unhappy. I don't have a problem with guns in and of themselves. My problem is the fetish that Americans have about more guns everywhere all the time without restrictions. I dare say that whoever makes those bags in the UK is probably in favor of responsible regulation the way y'all have it.
Well, to own a gun in the UK, I think you have to apply for a license, which is very difficult to get. And then you have to lock the gun outside of your house under lock and key. And then the place where it is has to be locked. And then people randomly turn up and check that it's locked all the time.
And remind me, how many gun deaths did you have last year?
Probably like 2.
50,000?
No, we probably had a few, but it was a lot less in America, I guess.
A lot less than it. Probably 1/10, 1/100th.
Just also, you have to have it signed off by the police as well, so the police have to verify it.
See, that's because you have a totalitarian state running roughshod over all of your rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually think he was referring to the fact.
Dead hand.
Referring to the, it wasn't. I don't think he was saying about the guns. I think he was saying about the fact they shoot animals. I think that's what he was.
They're shooting pheasants tomorrow.
Oh, really? You're gonna film them shooting pheasants?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's different.
So.
What the hell the pheasants ever do to them?
They taste good in a stew.
The thing is about pheasants is they're really fucking stupid, and they will.
Yes, they are.
They will fly.
So are
anywhere.
children. Are you gonna say it's okay to shoot children?
Well, no, no.
Only if you're sticking them on a barbecue later.
Yeah. No. So that's what I mean. I wouldn't agree with fox hunting or anything. I don't stand up and protest against it. I suppose. But
well, if you're gonna be ethically consistent, though, what's the difference between a fox and a pheasant? Besides,
I would eat a pheasant.
Why would you not eat a fox?
Because
we don't eat foxes.
They're adorable.
They're adorable. Okay. Well, as long as we were clear about what the difference is.
Yeah. Whereas the pheasant, I can take it or leave it, really.
Sewer rat might taste like pumpkin pie, but I'll never know.
Pumpkin pie. It's just a sewer rat. Who knew?
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, rats actually taste a bit like chicken.
Oh yeah, I've been playing Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah.
Assassin's Creed Lando.
The only video game, to my knowledge, that has the word ass in it twice.
It does.
There you go.
Yeah. This is the Assassin's Creed London version, or Syndicate, as some people call it. And people are going, "Hey, Chinny, hey, Chin, hey, Chin, look this way." And they're saying, "Oh, haven't you got Origins? Why aren't you playing Origins?" And then I'll say, "Fuck you," person who asked that question, because
this is supposed to be the best one, Syndicate.
No, well, I've played almost every Assassin's Creed game. Almost.
That's true, you have.
Even
the 2D ones.
Even the 2D ones, even the ones that came on the DS. and I played the mobile one. So the only ones I haven't played are Origins, Syndicate, Rogue, and Liberation. Liberation was the PS Vita version.
But it's also, see, I own it. I haven't played it though.
Yeah, there's an American collection that I could get to play that one. So I wanted to play a Syndicate before I played Origins, and then I was thinking in the car to work, I was like, I was certain there was going to... Why did they never re-release Rogue? Because Rogue is the one that came out at the same time as Unity, which is the one in Paris. But Rogue is like Assassin's Creed 4 again, but it's like set in like Canada and stuff. And I was like, man, like, why did they never release that? In this day and age of re-releases, why did they never re-release Rogue? And then I found out that same day that they are already releasing Rogue, and they're doing a remastered version for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So I'll get to play that one. So I just wanted to play this before I played Origins, and I think the reason being is because they've made a lot of choices in Origins and changes to the controls. And I fear that if I play Origins before I play Syndicate, then it'll be tough to go back to, you know. And this one is more similar to the other ones that I played. Now, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game for probably about 2 years now. It's been a while since I've played them, and I usually play them every year about Christmas. I have to say, I feel like now that I've had such a big gap from Assassin's Creed, I can relate to a lot of the problems that people always had, and I never really saw with Assassin's Creed. For example, the ability that your characters doesn't seem to do what you want them to do. You know, like this. I don't feel like I've got great control over my character when I'm like jumping around doing things, and I sort of fear I don't know what he's going to do next or she's going to do next. You know what I mean? Like
There's a little bit of the Dragon. What was the one? The cartoon in the arcade.
Dragon's Lair.
Dragon Slayer, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Dragon's Lair, and there was
Dragon
Space
Slayer,
Ace.
yeah.
Space Ace as well.
Well,
right.
Well, it's just a case with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It's just a case of like, if I jump forward and try and climb, then I'm sometimes he'll jump down, or he'll jump to another thing that I didn't. want him to jump
and
to.
sometimes you'll sort of grab onto something you don't even want to grab onto.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that. And I suppose because I played so many Assassin's Creed games back to back, I was just so used to the controls, but now that I've had this gap, I'm like, man.
And I think a lot of that is because it's trying to be very fluid, right? But of course, in order for it to actually be fluid, it needs to nail the contextual, pushing forward and jumping ought to do like 3 different things depending on what's near you.
Yeah.
The problem is, when you move from the middle of the roof to the edge of the roof, at a certain point it needs to switch. And you will expect it to just hop a little bit, but it will expect it, you want to leap off the roof.
Yeah.
So it's all it has to be carefully timed and carefully parsed, and they haven't always done a great job with it.
Yeah, and sometimes it works, and then other times it just doesn't, does it? It just depends, like you say, on context more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's probably why you didn't notice it as much earlier, because you were able to intuit those lines between when you were going to hop and when you were going to leap off the roof. The more you play these games, the more you can read, okay, here's where that line is. Here's when I need to tap it or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think that distance has really sort of changed my opinion of Assassin's Creed. But I am enjoying it, so it's not all bad. I think the intro is fantastic.
I really enjoyed this game. I really like the setting.
Did you finish it, Stuart?
I did indeed, yes.
Did you? You're such a good boy, Stuart.
I knew.
Yeah, no, I thought the intro was sort of like with the train and all that shit. So I don't know if you remember, but and you
yeah, I do.
Plays 2 characters, and the man and the woman, and they're very good. I thought it was a great introduction to the characters. I think the characters are very good. I think the chap is a bit cheeky, call blimey, and the girl is she got something to prove.
Yeah, I played as the girl literally the whole game.
Yeah, so I'm struggling what to do there because I don't really care, but I don't know who to play as. I feel like I don't know who to play as. Is it?
Yeah.
Should I be swapping all the time?
I liked it because of her combat, because of the sort of moves in the hidden blades and stuff that she used. I kind of liked the way she fought.
Yeah, she's got a cool stick.
Yeah, a cool stick with a blade in. You could upgrade it and
stuff.
get some like different stuff.
But yeah, the when the game opened up, so I'm not far in. I'm about an hour or two in. When the game starts to go, there you go. There's London. I was like, yeah, I'm in the mood. I haven't played like a Ubisoft Formula game for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
and to be honest, I haven't played fucking any game for a while. So it's nice.
Any game other than PUBG.
It's nice.
Yeah,
to,
PUBG doesn't count as a game anymore.
It's nice
just
to play a
store.
game where you feel like you're not going to get shot in the head at any time. That's a nice feeling to have. There are parts of this game that kind of bother me. First of all, like you do a cutscene or whatever, and there's this cutscene with this like one of your accomplished. What's the word?
Accomplices.
Yeah, it's this young girl, and she's got like two friends with her, like two young boys, and the young boys are the exact same character model, and you're just like, what the fuck?
They're twins.
And when you look hard, like everybody's clowns. Everybody's a clown.
I just love it. I'm just watching something on screen here where he
Climbed
jumps
up a
on a
rail.
guy in front of loads of people, stabs him to death, and nobody bats an eyelid.
No, there's that, and there's the other thing is where
You
like,
forget all that stuff, don't you?
what just happened in this video where it's like it's just a rail. It's not like a wall, and he's on the other side of it, hanging off it, and the bad guy just walks past him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this reminds me of it's that I was playing Assassin's Creed 4 in front of Jimmy, and this was about 3 years ago. So Jimmy would have been about 11 or whatever. And you know, I hid in this bush, and I said, "Oh, look at this! Look how good this game is, Jimmy. You hide in the bush, and then you hide from the things." And he went, "I can see him." Why? And I was like, I had nothing.
Don't
to
you have
say.
any imagination, kid?
Yeah, and I was like, "But he can't see me. Why can't he see her? You can see her. Look, he's looking right at her. He's like 2 feet away from you." And I didn't want to tell him he was wrong, because you know what? Jimmy wasn't wrong. He was absolutely right. This game's fucking stupid when it comes to that stuff.
Suspend your disbelief, man. Take a leap of.
Yeah, and you forget, don't you? You sort of just learn the system. You're learning the way that the rules of the game work. So
when your character goes sparkly, it means you're invisible.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're playing the game, you ignore all that stuff.
You do ignore
but when
that.
when you view it externally, you think, yeah, that's really stupid.
It
I mean,
is
it's like
really
me just noticing that he stabbed someone and no one cared.
Yeah. No one seems to be too bothered.
Well, it could also be that 19th century London was a nasty place, man. People died all the time.
Yeah.
And maybe they're like, someone just got stabbed.
Yeah,
to
but
death.
literally nobody noticed.
Yeah, well, people just eventually, they notice, they just don't care. That's the thing, man.
That's the thing.
Oh,
No.
look, someone just got stabbed in the back of the head.
But that's the
It's
thing.
fine.
Like, there's one of the early missions. You're just in an alleyway, all right, and he goes, "Kill this guy," and you kill him, and you go, "All right, done." And you're like, "Fucking hell, I can just murder anyone." And I suppose I just haven't played an Assassin's Creed game for a while, and I forgot that.
Exactly how they
I saw
work.
4 people get murdered on my way into work.
Yeah.
Colorblind.
Yeah. But anyway, the game's good.
But again, what I think they nailed in this, they've got a cool support, like some really cool support characters that supply you with your weapons and all that sort of stuff is kind of cool. I can't remember exactly who they are, but they're all historical
Charles
figures. aren't they?
Dickens is.
Oh
is
yeah,
the chap.
Charles Dickens.
I was just going to make a joke about Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens is in it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't really got far into it. I think it's okay. I got frustrated with one mission where you've got to there's a chap who's in this area, and you've got to not kill him, but you've got to like apprehend him and just escort him to a fucking horse and carriage.
Yeah, there's a few of those missions.
And I was just like, oh god, and I kept
Charles
getting
Darwin, Alexander Graham, Karl Marx. Oh my goodness, Florence Nightingale.
Yeah, there's everybody's
Andy
in it, honestly.
Salzman, love that.
Jack the Ripper's in the DLC. They're all here.
Leaves.
Yeah. Anyway, Assassin's Creed's okay. I'll continue playing it, and it's nice to play something that isn't PUBG. Talking of PUBG.
PUBG.
Talking of PUBG.
You should be.
I don't want to say too much about it, but I did upload a video to a YouTube channel called The Veteran Gamers this week.
Oh, sweet.
You did?
YouTube highlight of the week.
Print that, do that, sort that out. Yeah, and it's called PUBG Bingo, and yeah, it's just some fun that we had on PUBG. So that's on the Veteran Gamers
Every time your car glitches, you get a square. Every time somebody shoots you out of nowhere.
No, we just kind of we went a bit mad and started rhyming stuff with UMP9, and then we started to get the giggle. You kind of get Stockholm syndrome a little bit, and you start you get the giggles, and you start laughing at really stupid stuff. So that's the highlight, the YouTube highlight. So I've got a sort of a better system now of capturing highlights than I did before, so I don't have to rewatch. If I'm streaming a game, I just press a button and it'll record the last 60 seconds. So, hopefully highlights can come a little bit quicker now rather than messing about.
Check them out.
Yeah, so PUBG, still being PUBG. My brother's into PUBG now.
Oh God, you've got another convert.
Yeah, my brother.
Sorry.
My brother, yeah.
Nice.
I was slagging my brother off on a previous episode, and he rang me up and he said, "What was you slagging me off for on your podcast?"
How did he know?
I can't remember what I said, but I said things that I wouldn't say that I wouldn't mind saying to his face. So, I was talking about like his money management skills, and things like that. But and he was like, "Oh, I listened to your podcast." And I was right. He's like, "You slagging me right off," and I was like, "You bastard." So yeah, but he's been watching PUBG, and he's been like, "I think I need an Xbox One."
No.
Yeah, so he's.
Well, that's the sensible reaction to it, rather than what Chinny did. I've been watching PUBG. I need to buy a $4,000 PC.
It wasn't
just so I can play this game.
It wasn't $4,000. It was
all right, $3,500.
It was £800.
There you go.
Which
it's
is
still
about,
more sensible.
Which is about $4,000.
It is. At the current exchange rate.
Or 2 Bitcoins. Hey, topical.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Bitcoins. Yeah, that's me.
Is that you? Are you done?
That's me done.
Is that you done? Well, I've continued to play Lego City Undercover.
Oh yeah.
GTA Lego.
And it continues to be great, actually. I'm really, really enjoying this game. I can't see that I'm that far from the end now. I'm on about chapter 12.
Damn.
And I think there's 15 or 16 chapters. And I've played it for around 17 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Damn.
It's a lot. It's a massive game. It's just enormous. It's just an enormous game. But I've got a second controller now. So Millie and I played some split screen to give it a go, see how that worked.
Damn.
Yeah, it's totally free. So you can go, anywhere you want, each of you. So you can be at one side of the city to the other person. So that's kind of cool. And we did obviously play some missions together, and that was kind of fun.
What platform are you playing this on, Stu?
PS4.
PS4.
The PS4.
PS4, yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, PS4. And it looks great. And I found something out this very week, that actually has made my PS4 Pro look better on my fancy 4K telly.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, because what I didn't realise is there are different types of 4K.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, is there?
Yeah.
So I went into, I was just looking through the settings on the telly, and I noticed a 4K setting, or a UHD setting, as it's on this. So I went into this, and there's 4.2.0, and then there's 4.4 dot something, and then 2.4.4. So I don't know. And there's all these weird numbers. So I had a look online, and the one that I need for the PS4 wasn't the one that was working. It was the wrong one. Yeah, so I reset that, and now things do look better. So it has made a massive difference. Is it really going
to look that different in 4K?
Lego City Undercover doesn't, but the PS4, in itself looks better on the screen. Well, it had this weird thing going on that I'd noticed, but didn't really think a lot of it, where all the colours on the menu screens were really oversaturated, where they were like the blues were really, really deep blue, but just didn't look right. It just looked weird. It didn't seem to matter in games so much, but like I say, in the standard menus and stuff, it did. Since I've changed that, that's gone back to a normal colour now. And when I played some games that do support 4K and Pro, they definitely looked more colourful. I think it's improved the sort of HDR and stuff. So yeah, I played some other stuff, you know, just to give it a go. I played a little bit of. I'm trying to think what I played now. I'll tell you what I played in 4K, because that's one of the games I played this week is the Project Cars 2 demo.
Oh.
So I played that originally as it was set, and then I played it obviously with the new settings, and it did look better. It did definitely look better.
Yeah. Stu. Project Cars is done, right?
Yeah.
Cars driving games are stupid, right?
Yeah. I've got to say though, I heard a lot of. I've never played the original Project Cars, but I heard it was for like petrol nutheads only.
I'm a petrol nuthead.
Because it was like totally simmy.
Didn't go karts on the screen right now.
Oh yeah, no, this is quite a funny video. This is like stupid stuff in Project Cars 2.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was very simmy, very sort of, you had to be good at sort of these types of games. And there weren't really any assists or helps or anything like that. It was kind of just get on with it, and if you shit at it, you shit at it.
Yeah.
Whereas Project Cars 2, I've got to say, they have improved on all that stuff. It gives you racing lines now. I don't know. Again, I have no idea whether this was in the original game. It does give you assists. It gives you traction control and all that kind of stuff. So I can actually drive stuff in this game and not crash all the time. You know, so I know, which is game of the year. But one of the demos is in rainy weather. So it's like really, really wet. And then there's like a bit of a storm towards the end of the race. And I've got to say, it did look cool. I mean, the actual tarmac looked like shiny, wet tarmac.
Duke,
you know,
Duke.
It did.
The tarmac looked like tarmac, Duke.
It did. It did. They have got.
Duke.
They have.
Duke.
What?
The rain looked like rain.
They did. They have got that shit nailed in this game.
But do the nails look like nails?
No,
They do?
They haven't got.
They do have it nailed.
No. If only we can nail the nail technology.
Yeah. So they've got it nailed, man. Nailed. Yeah, what I would say is, I mean, obviously for people who are really into racing games, I can imagine that they really like this game.
Really.
Yeah, but not for me particularly. It's almost too realistic though. You know when you're playing a racing game, you don't want to be too realistic, right? For instance, one of my tactics in racing games is to sort of shoulder barge other cars out of the way to get through to a better position in the race, right?
Be a twat, basically.
Yeah, be a bit of a twat. Most races, it's absolutely fine. No one gives a shit, right? Mm-hmm. In Project Cars 2, when this happens, they make you do a freaking drive through the pit lane penalty.
Ah.
I'm like, what the friggin' hell is this bollocks, right? When I get into the pit lane, it restricts the speed to 30 miles an hour. So by the time you get back out on the track, you might as well not bother.
Serves you right.
I know. Telling you.
They put that same rule in GTA 5, by the way.
What, a pit lane?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
What in GTA 5 exactly?
Every race has a pit lane now.
Good God. And did he give you pit lane penalties then?
Yep. If you touch another car in GTA, that's it. You have to go in the pit lane.
Well, that's what this was like. I was like, what is this bollocks?
I can't believe you actually believe that. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I was going to say. It is ridiculous. I was just like,
GTA,
how would I know?
GTA.
I know, that's why I thought it was a bit stupid. Anyway, needless to say, this game does look very good, I have to say. I'll be honest, it looks better when you're in the cockpit of the car than it does if you do like an over the top of the car view.
Yeah.
That's kind of easier for driving wise, but it just looks a bit shit.
Can I ask you a question, shit?
Yeah.
Does the grass look like grass?
It does. It does, and the trees look like trees.
Wow.
And the sky looks like sky.
That's what my one complaint about Red Dead Redemption is the sand looks like dinosaurs. Do you know what I mean? It's just completely...
It does.
They've completely fucked it up.
It does. They've done a good job, I must admit. I'm guessing.
Actually, that's not. In the 19th century United States, there was no sand. It was just dinosaur bones.
It was.
That's historically accurate.
Oh god,
it's
what the fuck are we talking about?
I have no clue, but I'm
Right.
guessing on the PC on maxed out settings, this probably looks better. I would
Yeah,
have
but
thought.
no one plays it.
I'm blazing.
Surely, like the only people that play this on max settings are the people that are bothered about max settings.
Yes, you're true. This is true. This is true.
And then they go, look, it runs at max settings.
Runs
and then
at
they
max
switch it off
settings.
and play PUBG.
So, needless to say, my best position in any race on this game has been about 13th.
How many,
It
how many
is
races is there?
There's 3 in the demo, which I thought was pretty
No,
cool.
how many people take part in a race?
Oh, freaking hell, 16.
Oh, so you'd shit, basically.
Yeah, I've been 16 on many occasions.
Right.
As I'm getting better though. I'm getting better, and then I
This
go.
isn't the game that you would buy, though, is it? Project Cars.
No, it is it heck. But I do. What's weird when I do play a racing game, I do kind of enjoy it. I do
Right.
kind of like it, although
So
I'm
why
shit
don't
at
you
them
play them more?
because I'm shit at them.
Right.
Well, don't you think you'd get better if you
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
stick with it instead of just every week jumping to 6 different weird and shit games about putting a pigeon in a blender and then having sex with the blender?
I don't think that's happened in a game I've played, but it does sound cool.
Oh, and then the blender's your wife.
And you're sticking your dick in the blender.
All right, Stu. Don't, you're just going to take it dirty, ain't you? You know what I mean? We're having an innocent joke.
I'm having this family conversation.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah, so yeah, Project Cars 2. I guess people who like racing games will probably like it. There you go. Not particularly for me though.
I've got a massive pain in my rib.
Thought he was going to say hard on them for some weird reason.
No, I think I'm going to die.
You've not going to die. What's the matter with you?
Oh,
Are you having chest pains?
I'll just wait for it to pass and just pretend it never happened. Give me a sec.
What?
That's the manly thing to do.
Yes. And it's passed. Right,
Yeah,
what are we talking about next?
We're going to talk about...
Oh, see a doctor soon.
Holy
No.
cow. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm going to talk about an Assassin's Creed game I've played this
Oh,
week.
my glob.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. I don't...
Can we sound clip that? Dude.
Yeah, 4736.
There you go.
Blob, blob, blob. Whatever that was. Can you make a sound clip of that, please? Oh, my God.
I don't own this game. I don't own Ass Creed
So,
Origins.
how did you play Assassin's Creed Origins?
I went to my friend, Mr. Feng Chui,
Mm-hmm.
Chui, and he owns this game. And I said, "Oh yeah, can I have a play that?" Because we only played a bit of a demo at EGX, and there were some issues with it. There were some issues with the demo, so I thought, give the actual released game a go, see what it's like.
Give it a go, Stu.
I don't think it's going to be for me. I really don't.
What?
I thought it would be, right? Because
Everybody bums it.
I know. Do you know why everyone bums it? I'll tell you why. Man.
Tell us why.
It's because Ubisoft took every game they've ever made and mashed it into one game.
That's every
why.
Ubisoft game.
No,
Yeah,
but
it
this even more so, right? They've added in Far Cry. Let's put wild animals in a cage to let you escape them.
Every Ubisoft game is exactly the same as every other one. But
Freaking is,
you mark people with the last time you're seen, you have like a silhouette of you. Like it's all the same.
And they've added like Eagle Vision.
Drone.
Where
That's
it's
the
an
drone
actual-
from Wildlands.
Yeah, where it's an actual eagle.
That's the drone from Wildlands.
It is a drone. That's basically all it is.
Yeah.
I'm just over all these generic Ubisoft games. I don't know what it is.
That's funny because I haven't
doesn't-
played one for a while. Now I'm playing one. So I'm
I know.
like, it's nice to play a Ubisoft game. Oh,
It
my
does-
brother's in the chat.
Just play. I love it.
It's in the chat.
My
Hey,
brother's
it's a
in
good
the ch-
formula. There's nothing wrong with the formula.
My brother's watching. My brother's
There is
listening
something
now.
wrong with the formula. Do you know what's wrong with
Ginny's
it?
brother.
My brother.
Yeah, Ginny's brother.
My brother's here.
Here, wait. I got the perfect sound clip. You ready? Here we go.
Oh, hey, ginger balls.
You're welcome.
I just took a drink and nearly squirted it out my nose.
Yeah.
You can squirt your liquid over me anytime.
Yeah, there is a problem with the formula, Duke. It's the same as every other fucking formula of a Ubisoft game.
That's what it means to follow a formula, and there's nothing wrong with it. You
there
are
is.
bored because
It
it doesn't have to do with sex with the blender. But that's okay with me.
Do you know what though? Right, like Sean.
The Blender Sex game. At least they're doing something different.
Sean, listen, Sean Feng Chewy, he likes his game, right, and that's fine, right. But when he's talking to me, right, and he's going, oh yeah, you can use your eagle to spot these crafting herbs and shit you need to make shit. I just died a little bit inside, you know, and I'm just like, oh god.
There's been crafting in Assassin's Creed games for years.
I know. But
what about The Witcher? There's all sorts of crafting in The Witcher.
Yeah, but that's all you can get some really cool weapons and armor.
Such a hypocrite.
I know, but
such a hypocrite.
Oh god, man! And then he's sat on top of a hill, right? And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, what I've done is right. I've killed these enemies, and then I've like dotted them about near the gate, and then this bounty hunter dude will get wind of that, and then he'll come and find those, and then I'm going to shoot that cage to let that tiger out or whatever the hell was in it to attack." And I'm just like, "All right, okay." And then we were shooting hippos, right? And these hippos chase you, but they have this really weird, like, sideways head thing with a mouth open. It just looked weird. The animation was just all wrong. It just looked stupid. And I'm just like, oh my god, hippos, and I'm shooting them. Although he did have, but they've also, I'll tell you what else they've added in, right? It's not enough that they take every freaking thing from every Ubisoft game ever and mash it into this game. Do you remember, what was that first game from Ninja Theory with the woman? God, what was that called? Do you remember that game? God, what was it called?
Heavenly Sword?
Heavenly Sword, right? And you know she had the guided arrow thing, so you sort of fly the arrow and then you guide it afterwards with your... They put that in this as well, so you can have arrows that are guided.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "How cool is this?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's like from 2006."
So it doesn't mean that they can't do it though, just because.
I know, but it's just stupid.
Is it?
Ugh, I hate this game.
I don't know why you hate it for.
I don't know.
It's
honestly,
the same thing every time.
It is, and do you know what though? It feels like they've taken Assassin's Creed and sucked its soul out.
Wow.
It does. It just doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed anymore, and like the combat is all wrong. It's just this weird like bashing combat. It's no longer counter-attack, sort of take your time, wait for your moment. All that shit's gone. It's gone. It's just like a beat 'em up.
Crazy.
Ugh. I hate it. I hated it.
Wow.
Okay, so you don't like it. Moving on.
Yeah.
No, I want to keep talking about it.
I know. Hated this game. Seriously. Mm-hmm. And like that's with those stupid hippos, man. Oh my god. And there was three of them.
Imagine Stu when he plays hungry hippos. Like how pissed off he gets.
I know.
Fucking
But,
hell.
this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
There were three of them at one point chasing me, and all three of them were in the exact same weird sideways face fucking weird position thing. It just looks stupid with the mouths open. I'm like, no hippo would do that. What is that? Ugh.
I don't know. It's hard to know what you're talking about the hippo thing, I'm afraid.
It's just, honestly.
I'm sorry there's no woman bodysuit made of hair in this game to cheer you up.
Now that would be awesome.
So anyway, needless to say, I don't think I'll be getting this game.
No. I already have it.
I know.
Got it.
You must be mad.
I got it because it was cheap.
Just,
Kev sold it to me.
Is it still in the cellophane? Just take it back to the shop.
It's a code. It's a download.
Can't even get rid of that.
Can't even get rid of it. If only there was a platform where they could let you resell digital games.
I know. But anyway, at least I've tried it before I bought it, so I don't have to waste any money on it. You know what I mean? But I think at this point, Ubisoft will just keep doing the same old shit.
Deck in the chat says, apologies if you mentioned it already. I only just tuned in. But I've had only 4 missions now where you say someone from a camp who claim they can't walk. So you carry them out. I need to put them down and they stand up and walk the fuck away.
Yeah. See? Oh, God, I hate shit like that. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it, man. I thought I would, but I'm just not. Anyway, talking about things I am feeling, though,
Okay.
I made quite well. It would have been a hefty purchase had I bought it in the UK, which is a game.
Azerbaijan.
No, I didn't. I actually bought it from American Amazon, where it was on sale.
I know what this is.
Yeah, right. Okay. Just put this into perspective. I'm talking about a game called Drop Mix. Okay.
Mix, yeah.
Which is basically a card game mixed with mixing.
Yeah.
Mashups.
Mixing or music mixing?
Yes,
Music
mixing.
mashups.
Yeah.
Music mashups, basically. And in the UK, it retails for between 110 and 120 quid. So it's not cheap. Yeah, it's not a cheap game. I managed to pick it up on American Amazon, delivered with import taxes and all that bollocks done for 46 quid.
Nice.
Which is pretty good for this game, right? Now, from the outset, I'm going to say, if you're in the UK, don't buy this game for over 100 quid because it is not worth that amount of cash.
No.
And nowhere near worth that amount of
It's
cash.
interesting, though, isn't it?
But for 40 quid, it's pretty good.
You need to explain, because I know a little bit about it, but you need to
It's just
explain.
the weirdest
what it
concept, but it's just brilliant, right? So you have a plastic board, right, which I thought was going to be really flimsy when I've seen pictures of it. I thought, oh my God, that looks really cheap and flimsy. But when you take it out, it's actually pretty solid. And basically what it's got is 5 card slots on the board.
So it's like it's running lung, isn't it? So it looks like
Yeah.
It's not like a square board. It's quite lung.
Yeah, and they're all different colours. So you've got red, yellow, and the end. Then you've got a solid red. Then you've got blue, red, blue, and green, blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, each card is a different colour depending on what it is. So drums, for instance, are blue. So your drums are blue. Vocals are yellow. So any sort of vocal tracks are yellow.
Yeah.
Synths are red. So any
So you
sort
put the blue down, it has one drum sound. You take it off, you put a different
correct,
blue down.
but a particular drum song from a sound from a particular song. So you can have the drums from It's Tricky, for instance.
Right.
Okay. Or you can have the drums from Scenario by A Tribe Called Quest.
What happens if you put the drum card in the synth spot?
It doesn't work. So right, okay. So there are some like colours that are sort of slot specific. Okay, which are the blues. Then you have mixed colours that can go in any slot, but obviously it'll only pick up on the particular instruments that are that colour on that mixed card.
Yeah.
And then you have effects cards that add little sounds and different loops and stuff to it. Yeah, so they add little loops and stuff, but they're also part of the game. Okay, so that's the basics of this. Okay, so that's what all these things do. So you've got like Ed Sheeran Sing, you've got a Tribe Called Quest, you've got Run DMC, you've got like some rock stuff. So there's all these different sort of bands and pop groups and electronic music. And basically, as you put the cards in the slots, it mixes each individual element to the track that's playing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Which sounds kind of weird, but it's brilliant, right? And now there are the only criticism I'd have at the moment is that it's very limited on game modes.
Right.
Well, what's the game?
Yeah, what's the game?
So there's 3 game modes. One's freestyle, which means you can just mix. Okay,
Right.
so you can
Fuck
just fuck about, do what you want. In freestyle mode though, you can change the tempo, you can change the key.
Okay.
So it's pretty versatile and it's very cool. And the mixes are seamless. When you drop another card on,
So that's one game mode. What's the other game mode?
right, the competitive one's called Clash. Okay, and in Clash, it's the first person to reach 21 points.
How do you reach points?
So you score points by placing cards in the slots, basically. So you start with 5 cards, and you just got to keep putting cards in the slot. And every time you put a card in the slot, you score a point.
How hard is
the
it to
card-
put a fucking card in a slot?
It is,
It's
and
like
it
if you
isn't.
played poker and the first
Because-
person put each of their cards down
Yeah.
on the table.
I win.
No, because
Fuck.
each card has, obviously you've got to put a specific instrument down, but you've also got like a color gauge on each card, so it has 3 colors. So you might not be able to put one down because you can only put a color down if it's of a higher value than the cards on the deck.
Okay.
So it's a little bit like Uno. So it's kind of like Uno.
So you can't necessarily just automatically put all 5 of your cards down.
No, you take it in turns.
You play one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you can't play, you have to discard.
So it's kind of like a game of cards, but instead of putting them in the middle,
there's also this like techno beat going on.
Really, exactly that, and it's awesome. It really is awesome, right?
What's the other game mode?
The other game mode is called Party. It's just called Party mode.
Yeah.
And you can have up to 5 players playing that, and that's a bit like Simon Says. So it'll give you an instruction on the screen, and you've got to do it in the quickest time possible. And the quicker you do it, the more points you get. And it's literally a cooperative score as many points as you can, and you get a high score. And then obviously you've got to keep trying to beat your highest score on it.
Yeah, I've heard of this game, and I was intrigued because this is Harmonix, isn't it? This is the people
that
did Rock Band.
It's Harmonix and Hasbro.
So I was wondering if Duke, if you could click the link and play the audio, because I'm really curious to see what it sounds like. Because there's a chap in this video that we're watching, and he's sort of explaining it. So we might hear him. But
I did send Duke a mix, but he would have to get the app.
Here we go.
Like freestyle, if you hit drop mix, what it'll do is it'll change the key and. Oops.
We're not hearing much of the music. We're hearing this dude talking over it, and like the mic isn't near it. And he's singing now. Yeah, we're not really hearing.
Yeah, it does sound a lot better. You can actually connect it to an external speaker fine as well through a Bluetooth speaker, which sounds great. So we just got it connected to a Bluetooth speaker while we're playing it, and it's great. I love it. I love the Clash, and Millie and I have played probably about at least 10 games of Clash, and it doesn't get boring because it's a little bit different every time you play, depending on what cards you play. I have got some criticisms of it. Okay,
go on.
The first of which is that they've been kind of sly how they've set it up. So you get 60 cards with the game.
Right.
Okay.
Sounds like a lot.
It does sound like a lot, but it's kind of not. You probably only get about 6 or 8 vocal tracks.
Right.
So there's probably only about 6 or 8 vocal tracks. But what they've done is they don't give you everything from each song, so you don't necessarily get the vocals, the drums, the guitar, the synth, or whatever from the same song. What they've done is spread those across buyable DLC packs that you can get.
Ah, fools! They need to make money off of this.
I know, but it's like
you're lucky you're getting DLC packs instead of buy this crate and maybe you'll get this song.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know what you're getting in your pack. So there's sort of 4 types of pack. There's like rock, electronic, pop, and indie. So they're the 4 categories that you get.
Can still buy a pack and like duplicate the cards that you've got.
No. The packs that you buy an add-on pop pack, for instance, and that's got completely different cards. But it also.
What if you bought 2 pop packs and they had?
No. There's only 1 pop pack, so that's got another 15 cards.
No.
But what I'm trying to say is those
gamble with their DLC.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is those packs complete the sets that you've got in the starter pack.
Right.
So they add the other instruments.
It's like a drug dealer. The first one's free. Well, not free, but
yeah.
But I kind of feel like, and they're about 20 quid a pack, so there's about another 20 quid per 15 cards. But it's very clever. I mean, you can stack the cards obviously on top of each other, and it still reads them because it uses NFC to do it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool how it works, and it's totally seamless. You know, when I've never while we've been playing, we've never come across a moment where it sounded jaggy or didn't quite mix in properly. It just mixes seamlessly. It is brilliantly how it does it.
Cute idea. I think it would be fun to play for about an hour, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've played it loads, I must admit, and I do feel like if they could add some more game modes, if they could have like a proper Uno game mode where it's the first person to get rid of all the cards, that would be cool, you know, because you've got 30 cards each to get rid of. But I like it. I mean, I've no buyer's remorse yet, considering it was fairly. But it, you know, I think if I'd invested over 100 quid on this, I'd have been like, wow, that's a lot of money for what you get.
In case you're a new listener, let me explain something about how Stu's fetish with technology tends to work. We've seen this with the 3DS. We saw this with the VR. I'm not saying it's going to happen with Drop Mix, but it might. A thing is announced. Stu gets really excited about it. He orders it. It gets here. It's the most amazing thing ever. He loves it. It's great. No buyer's remorse. It works flawlessly. He's in love with it. A month later, he's like, that just isn't as much to do with it. And then he goes to the smelly shop and he sells it for 80%.
No, he doesn't do that. No, he doesn't do that. A month later, he stops talking about it. And then...
What are you trying to say?
And then, like, the PSVR was like this. He just stopped talking about it and I hope we didn't notice. And then about 6 months later, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm getting rid of that now.
Oh, I sold that.
No, I think we will play this. I think the problem is what I said to Millie, because Millie really likes it. What I said is...
get your own.
Because I really don't think this has been very successful, and I think obviously part of that will be the point of entry, because it's a lot of money for a game, for some that you have to stick your. And we should mention you have to stick your own phone or tablet in the end of it to get it to work as well. In addition to it,
who has one of those?
Exactly. So you've got to do that as well. So. The point, the price of entry, if you haven't got your own tablet, is kind of expensive. And I can't even begin to imagine trying to play this on a tiny little phone in the end of it.
Yeah, but you're not really pushing many buttons on the phone, are you?
No, you're not. But
it's just a way to channel the music.
It is that. That's basically all it's doing, and obviously processing what you're putting on the deck.
Right.
I don't know.
I would be curious to try this. But
it is.
I think I would be immediately bored. Well, not immediately, but I would probably.
I don't think it's bored because the actual game.
I do think it would be fun for a little while, but I just don't think it has the kind of staying power that you would need. I would need to spend more than $20 on it.
It's definitely got that party game vibe about it, because you can play up to 4 players in the Clash mode and obviously 5 players in the. But to play the
get enough people and you just have enough booze. Everybody's throwing each other's cards off and they're putting their own down. That's a great party.
Yeah, there you go.
People you have.
There you go. The other thing I should mention as well, by the way, the illustrations on the card are beautiful. They're really nicely made.
Fuck that.
Yeah, really nice illustrations on the cards.
So give us an example of what's illustrated on one of them.
It's hard to say, really. They're all quite surreal.
I can see a plane.
They're all pretty surreal. There's nothing that really relates to the song or anything. They just look cool. So they're just great. But I mean, there is something
there's
cool.
This woman with it's kind of like an afro, but it's a record. The Jackson 5, I Want You Back. She's chewing bubble gum. Afro Jack has like cords and cables and money, and it's all it's very stylized. Megan Trainor, all about that bass, has some woman, dancing. Those are pretty nice looking cards, I guess.
They are. They're lovely. I mean, there's a lot of effort gone into this, but I just feel like the pricing point is just too high, and I think that's why it hasn't been maybe as successful as it could have been. And I do hope that they add some other game modes, or come up with some other game modes as DLC, because obviously the fact that the interface is on an app. On the interwebs means that they could do that easily. They wanted to add some extra DLC or something in there or extra game modes. But it is what is kind of cool though. It is kind of cool hearing Ed Sheeran sing along to something like Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. And what they do is, yeah. And what's kind of cool is though they take Ed Sheeran's voice and then digitize it a bit to make it sound really rough and then slow it all down, so it actually still fits in with the track.
That's actually Ed Sheeran's real voice.
It is. But it is cool. It's a very cool concept, but there's not enough there definitely not enough there to justify over £100.
This
way.
Is making me want to play DJ Hero again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually.
Yeah. And DJ Hero, to be fair, has a lot more content than this.
Yeah. I've got DJ. I can see it. My brother bought it me for like a $5, I think. And I would rather play that.
The biggest difference between this and DJ Hero is in this you're actually making the mix yourself.
Yeah, but whatever.
And Millie, I must admit, she was doing some freestyle tonight while I was making tea, and she was doing some kind of.
You're not making
stuff.
The mix though, are you? Because it's just preset mixes. So
No,
several mixes.
No,
it's preset loops. Okay, so you've got the loops from the tracks.
No, I know how it works, but no,
you can decide when you drop
somebody's
those.
Somebody's already thought of all the mixes that you're going to put. No.
Well,
No.
they couldn't. Well, they
No.
can't. There's a whole million
No.
combinations of cards you could use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
it's like in Borderlands, there's 700 billion different guns you could have.
Yeah.
Antonio's asking, would he like this, Stu? Probably.
He likes music.
Yeah, you probably would. You probably would.
likes
But like I
cars.
said, Antonio, it's a lot of money. I wouldn't be paying, like, have a look if it's still on
Go
offer
around
on
Stu
Amazon.
was- Play it there.
Yeah, Amazon.com, 46
Just
quid
wait till
delivered.
Stu's bored of it in 2 weeks. Buy it off him.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. They give you a great
So
deal.
anyway, the point is, I'm going to wait till the add-on packs come down in a sale or get reduced, and then I'll buy those as well.
So Stu's paid 45. He'll sell it to you for 43. He's like, I only paid £2 for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I can recommend it cheap, but it's a lot of money for if you sort of just bought it at full retail price.
I might get it in a year when it's $20.
Yeah.
And
I
the
would
game
definitely
is
recommend
called
it.
Drop Mix for
Drop
people that
Mix.
was wondering what we were
Drop
talking about.
Mix, because it's not really a video game, I guess, but it is cool. It is cool. I'll bring it. I mean, next time I come down that way, Chinny, I will bring it with me, and you can have a go.
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Definitely bring it when you hang out with people.
Yeah, it is definitely a hangout with people kind of game
Okay.
for sure.
Right.
And that's it.
Well, yeah, Duke.
News, Chinny,
No,
news.
it's
That's
Duke.
what's
It's
next.
Duke.
What?
Oh God,
Oh,
Duke's not
great.
beat,
Yeah,
has he?
I haven't talked.
Jesus.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
So there's that. I actually haven't. I don't think I played with Defoe this week. He messaged me at one point, but I didn't get to him. I will say this about Rocket League. There's 3 game modes I play on competitive. There's standard, which is 3v3. There's standard solo, which is 3v3, but you can't be in a group. And then there's doubles, right? 2v2. For like 2 weeks, my rankings have been standard platinum, doubles gold, and solo standard silver. I can't get higher on solo standard. I keep hanging out in platinum on regular standard. It doesn't make any sense. I don't play with the same group of people when I play standard. So why am I stuck in silver for solo standard? I think it's because people just generally don't play together when they play solo standard. There's just it's just madness and chaos. Antonio, what do you think? Why am I stuck in silver for solo standard? You tell me. Anyway, oh, sweet. Platinum. Yeah, good to be back, Antonio. Thank you. Right. So last week I mentioned that I finished Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I mentioned last week, I might load up the Division again, and I did. And so I've been playing the Division.
God.
That game is awesome. It's a really good game, and I think I'm enjoying it even more the second time through because there's a lot of stuff, mechanics in the game that I understand a lot better than I did the first time. So I remember it was quite late the first time through when I unlocked the part of the security area on the main base where you can buy stuff to customize your clothing and your guns. The supply line or whatever it is. So that was one of the first things I unlocked this time. So now my guns are different colored. And I'm like, yes, I can tell the difference between whether I have my sniper rifle out or my assault rifle. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I don't know. We've talked about The Division. It's a great game. I'm really liking it. And yeah, hooray. It's a Ubisoft game, so it follows the Ubisoft formula. And I love it.
I found it hard to go back to The Division.
Why?
It's just like because I started it and he went, right, Dark Zone levels have all changed. We've revamped them. I was like, I didn't know what the fuck you were in the first place. And then you level for this and you got a new coat. Enjoy your new coat, bitch. Well,
that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just running around shooting people. That's
yeah. The shooting mechanics are great in The Division. I agree with that.
That's all I'm doing, shooting people.
Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
But of course, it's funny because in Wildlands, there's none of this loot stuff. And in this game, it's all loot. And it's funny because the experience of the two games is pretty similar. Like, the loot games are kind of weird when you think about it because you start off in level 1 with a level 1 gun. And then you meet level 3 enemies. You need a level 3 gun. And eventually you find a level 3 gun. And you're keeping pace the whole time. The game itself doesn't really change. It's just you get a harder enemy, you get a better gun. And it doesn't, it's in a way, it's like, why even bother with all of that? Like, why not just let me have the same gun? We have the same enemies. Some of them are slightly harder at times. Yeah. Instead of every time I fight a group of enemies, I have to stop and look at the new gun I've got and compare it and see if it. You know.
Yeah, but that's your progression system. That's how they keep you hooked, isn't it?
But I didn't need that in Wildlands, and I was still hooked.
I guess.
I mean, look, it's just me. I know that there are people who love the loot stuff, and I don't really mind it. It's not a huge pain in the butt, but I realized as I was starting in on this the second time, I'm like, wait a minute, why are we even bothering with all of this? It's really unnecessary.
Do you know what though? What I kind of liked about The Division, and I played a lot of this game, was I just like the atmosphere and the setting and it being snowy, and I think that's what sets this apart from a lot of other stuff.
Trash everywhere, and I mean it's kind of glitched. I did a mission recently where the dudes didn't come out of the elevator, so I had to try to shoot them like their hands because their hands were sticking out of the elevator. It was ridiculous because, like, you know, it took me 5 times as long as it should have. And we're seeing a glitch on the screen now where dudes flopping around.
That was quite funny.
But whatever. Like I just think, yeah, the atmosphere is great. New York City is beautifully rendered. It's kind of maddening at times because some buildings you can go into and some you can't. And you need to get across the block and you have to go all the way around at times, and you should be able to hop over stuff. But I mean, whatever. Those are minor gripes, and I think in general it's just such a really well-made game, and I really like it.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, when I played this, I did play a lot of it, and I did go into the dark zone a few times, and that was fun. Yeah. It was fun being in the dark zone and also shit yourself at the same time. It was kind of this really weird atmosphere, especially when you were in there, and you were, especially when you was trying to get the loot out that you just got, and you were worried that someone was going to come and try and steal it off you, and there was shit going to go down, and all the enemies were coming and congregating where you were trying to get stuff out, and it is tense, you know what I mean? And I think that's what made it good.
Yeah, I've never messed with the Dark Zone. Maybe one day I will try it, and then I'll be like, oh my god, it's so much fun. But right now I'm just like, whatever, I'm doing story missions.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, yep. It is cool. Yeah, it isn't quite as Ubisoft formula as some of the other stuff, though. I don't think.
How is it not? You go to a safe house, you unlock it. Suddenly, it's like getting on top of
I guess
point. You unlock the stuff all around it. You go through that area. It's the same kind of missions over and over again. You know, rescue the hostages. It's very formulaic, but I don't mind that.
Yeah, I suppose.
But it's done well.
It is done well. I do agree. I can't argue that point. It is done well.
I've got some games that I've been wanting to play, and I will play them, but so far, I don't know. It's not, and I've said this before, like when I come home from school, a lot of times I don't want to have to deal with trying to figure out new mechanics or figure out a new story or keeping track of new characters. I just want to play something I already know.
Is that why you keep playing Ubisoft games?
Yeah, well, I play Rocket League, play Ubisoft games, you know. It's comforting, it's easy. So, whatever, get off my back, people.
It's true. Right, I think it's time for some news, is it?
Putting news first.
Nintendo Labo, oh my god, it's the Labo.
Nintendo Labo.
Let's talk about the Labo, shall we?
Labo.
So, for people that don't know, Nintendo have announced Nintendo Labo. And it's a sort of way to stop plastic peripherals. So it's making peripherals out of flat cardboard, foldable cardboard, and you can buy different things. You can buy ones that like turns into a keyboard. You can buy ones that turns into like a weird little car, a fishing rod, and they're not finished yet. But there's one that looks like a robot, and it's like VR handlebars, all sorts of stuff.
There's a VR type of thing coming.
Yep, all that stuff. But yeah, this
is going to take the Switch to the next level.
So let's just talk about that first before we approach the news that what we got in the doc. Stuart, what do we think of Nintendo? What was your first thoughts when you saw Nintendo Labo?
I don't really know, right? Because I saw this and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Was probably my first thought when I saw it. Well, I mean, the weirdest one's the dude with the backpack. Like he's.
I'd say that's weird. That looks like the most like ingenious one. Like,
do you think
it's got like weird wires going out of it, and you're like, "Fucking hell, how are they doing that?"
I mean, if it works, right? exactly as it's shown, then it's kind of cool. The issue I've got with this, or the problems I can foresee, is that when people start popping these things out, they'll get creases where there's not meant to be creases. They'll bend stuff where they're not meant to bend it. And then they're going to end up with something that looks nothing like the picture.
Well, they look like they're doing a lot to make it look, to make it easier. Because it looks like there's little things that you can get on the Switch that show you really like bit by bit how to make it. So I think, and it's all pre-folded. So I think you're going to be a little bit. I guess.
Yeah,
I think they're pretty easy to put together. But that's the fun, though, isn't it?
That is the fun. But also, after a time, these things are just going to get dinted and bent and.
Yeah,
I knew one.
Who's going to store these fucking things in their house? Like when I was a kid, I used to love making things out of cardboard. Honestly, I was fascinated.
Well, this is right up your alley, then.
I used to love making shit out of cardboard. I remember making like an assault course for my hamster out of cardboard. I used to make like little houses out of cardboard. I used to love it, and so when I first saw this, I was like, I would totally fucking do that.
You'd be on board, won't you?
I would be on board. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I think I would do it. I love like making shit with cardboard. But yeah, Duke, what was your first thoughts of it?
Well, my first thought was, what the fuck is it? Seriously, cardboard Nintendo? But then again, my first thought with the Amiibo was, really, they're selling us little stupid action figures, but everybody loved the goddamn Amiibo, so I was like, all right, I was wrong. And I think what Nintendo has proven to me over the years is that I can't predict what people will be into and what they won't. And, I mean, there's a part of me that says, this is ridiculous. You're asking people to pay a lot of money for cardboard add-ons for the Switch. But then I realized, you know what? That's a jaded 40-year-old's perspective, and this isn't meant for me. This is meant for kids. This is meant for people who want to bring some imagination into their video games, and that's kind of why I play video games, so I don't have to use my imagination.
Well, plastic is a big problem at the moment, like wasted plastic, especially in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big.
I don't believe that Nintendo cared about that at all. I would say this is a great move.
Yeah,
this is cheaper, so.
Yeah, it is cheaper, but it's a bit genius, isn't it? Because it ticks that box, doesn't it? It's like, oh yeah, we don't give.
Absolutely.
And it's cheap to make and all this stuff, and I suppose what you're paying for is, I mean, you get quite a lot with the pack. It's £60 for the variety kit. So there's 2 kits. £60 for the variety kit, and then there's the robot kit, which is a separate kit. That one's £70, so that's quite a lot. So it's not cheap for a bunch of cardboard, but I don't know, you buy a fucking cardboard box from the co-op, that ain't cheap either. But
it's
anyway,
not £60 though.
It's not £60, but you can't fucking play the piano with that shit you buy at the co-op.
That's true. That is true.
Anyway, so I'll read this out. The basic Nintendo Labo kit costs £60. And includes the cardboard Toy-Con designs for the piano, Bug, which is kind of like the car thing that I thought it was, bike handlebars, dollhouse, fishing rod, as well as a Switch game card. So like it comes with a little game, I suppose, that plays like lots of little mini games.
So let me ask you a question, Chinny. Right?
Yep.
If you bought the $59.99 basic kit,
yes,
what would be the first thing you built?
I think I would try the piano, I think I would try the little piano. Yeah. I'm tempted to get it.
Of course you are.
I'm tempted to get it because it's so different to anything I've ever done.
I think Stu, you can't make fun of Chinny for wanting to get this after you bought DJ Hero card game.
It's true. No, it is true. And I think that's
less than you did.
You've got to admit, Stu, you must be curious. Like,
oh, yeah, I am. I mean, I looked at this and I thought...
I'm surprised it's not already lining up pre-order.
I must admit, I did see a tweet that Greg DeLacy from the Overseas Connection put out, which he put a picture of the fishing game one and said, I can see some Switches getting busted big time, or some lines along that.
I think more the problem is I think the cardboard things will wear out. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's what I said. They're going to get bashed.
They'll get knocked around.
That's
the only thing. But we don't know, do we? Like they look like they're pretty well made.
Yeah, but they're still cardboard.
I know they're still cardboard, but I don't know. Like,
I mean, let me ask you this, right? You pay your £60.
Yeah.
Right. You get your stuff. You pour your drink all over it by mistake one day, and then it's screwed.
Yeah.
Are you going to be forking out another 60 quid to replace it?
I don't know. No, you won't. But
do you understand what I mean? And that's the issue here.
That is the issue. But I'm a fucking idiot, so I'll buy it.
Would it not have been better just selling these as separate little things for about 10 quid each or whatever?
Yeah, that's what I thought they would be, to be honest. I didn't really... This is the first time I saw the kits. And I don't think I would buy the robot kit, for example.
No, 70 quid, man.
I'm a fucking grown adult. I'm not going to stomp around with that stupid thing around. But I don't know. I suppose I could buy this variety kit, and I could see myself making a video, getting my niece and nephew round, and go, right,
I'm sure
we're gonna build these Switch things and see how we get on. So I could see that, but more of an academic reason than anything. Like just a curiosity.
Does it work as well as it shows?
Is this like something? Because I loved making cardboard boxes when I was a kid. I was like, mate, look, I reckon 10-year-old Mike would love this shit. So I'm just curious. I showed this to Tara as well, this advert. I didn't tell her anything about it. I said, I want your opinion on this. And I showed her Nintendo Labo, and she watched it. And she thought it was brilliant. She thought it was really cool. And she says, yeah, I like making things out of cardboard. I can totally see that.
It is cool. Look, I don't disagree. But again, you see, because it's Nintendo, it'll sell like hotcakes regardless of the price. You know, regardless of the fact it's 60 quid for whatever it is, 6 cardboard things. You know, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 cardboard things that, you know, and you'll get mini games to go along with those. But I just think it's too high a point of entry. I just think they should have separated these into individual packs, so you could buy the piano or you could buy the fishing rod or whatever, and it's a tenner each. It's not that big an investment. If it's a bit shit or it gets broken or someone stamps on it or whatever, it's not a big deal. But when you're paying 60 quid, and so, I mean, are you interested in a doll's house? I would probably say no.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though?
Phew, sorry, bless me. Yeah, well, yeah,
you'd be better
you're right.
just buying the ones you want rather than buying the whole lot.
Yeah, I'd like to buy the piano or the fishing rod or something like that, and then, you know, give it a try rather than buying a pack. I see that, but it's interesting. And I, to be honest, I'm not sure if this is just a one-off or they're just going to keep going. Have they said anything about that? Or
I haven't heard anything to that effect, but I think they're probably testing the water, see how well it sells, see how well it's taken. And then obviously they can then start looking at producing other stuff.
But some of the way they make, like, I mean, when you look at the cardboard designs, providing that they do look like that when you build them yourselves, like they're a bit, they look really good, don't they?
Oh yeah, they look really, really cool. It's kind of an advancement on Google Cardboard, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And I think the other thing to keep in mind is that this is the type of thing where once the makerspace gets opened up, once they, I mean, you know, Skyrim is a great game. Once they opened up the, creator studio, whatever it's called, that's where it went to that next level. And I think that's really going to happen here, assuming at some point they do that.
Well, it's whether they allow it, because we know how precious Nintendo are about stuff.
Even just third party.
I mean, there is, if you notice on the screen here, that it does show like an accelerator pedal. Now, I don't know whether that's connected to the handlebars or whether that's something that they've not shown yet.
I don't know.
You know, there's like, I mean, there's a man fall flat thing. That's not in the starter pack either, is it?
No, they did say that some of the designs in the trailer isn't in the pack that they're selling.
No, so they're going to come later, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bird and stuff like that, and a camera. And there's a gun as well at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I do think that the possibilities are endless. I just wish they'd have looked at it in a sort of a smaller way, as in, like, sell you a bit at a time, or you can invest in the ones that you're interested in and not bother with the ones you're not.
Maybe, I don't know, but the thing is, I suppose if you buy a pack, you might discover something that you wouldn't have played. You know what I mean? You might have gone, oh, actually, I never. We don't know what that Dollhouse one is, but like it could be a really good game.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My daughter would love probably building these things, but then she would be probably bothered about the game aspects after.
That's the thing. I'm probably more curious about actually building them and seeing how they designed, how they make them. It's like Lego, isn't it? It's exactly the same as Lego.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You,
So
you're
these have a lot in common with Lego.
you got a set of bricks, and you've got a way to build them, and you go, and that's it. So yeah, I'd be curious to know how it works. So no, I'm not down on it. I feel like I haven't heard the response. I'm behind on podcasts, so I don't know what people think of
I think
this.
everybody's excited for this.
I do think it's cool, but
I think a lot of people would be like, "This is fucking stupid," and maybe people expect me to be like that. But I think it looks pretty ingenious, and whether it'll take off, I don't know yet. But
I really do think only a Japanese company could come up with this.
I think it's only Nintendo, really.
Yeah,
it's like Nintendo.
It's totally Nintendo.
It's you just don't. I think everybody's learned not to expect. They expect the unexpected with Nintendo. You just never know what they're going to do next, and no one saw this coming.
I was just going to say, I don't think anybody could have predicted this.
No, they're just always like.
What do you think they're going to do next? Oh, yeah. Do you think this has been part of the long-term plan, though? Do you think this has been in the works since they conceived the Switch, or not long after that, or do you think this is something they've come up with more recently?
I don't know. It could be just like it could be one of those social experiments where they just went, okay, I want a bunch of people to work out like some weird shit we can do with these, because the reason why they can do this is because they can detach those remotes. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I'm wondering whether this is something they've been thinking about for a while, or developing.
I was wondering maybe they had some sort of day where they just went, hey, let people just come up with some cool stuff that we could do with these remotes. So like Wii motion controls, the same thing. What kind of games could we make? And then somebody obviously had the idea of, hey, what if we made like a cardboard thing and attach it to that? Or maybe it started off with that little bug thing that you can remote control. And just went, we can make a remote control for it.
I must admit, right, when I see the man fall flat thing, I'm trying to work out how that does it.
I don't know how that
Do you know, I keep looking at that. I'm thinking, I can't see how it's attached to the controller.
No.
That's making it fall flat. How does that work?
It's ridiculous. But like all things, though, when you know, it kind of becomes less interesting. But it is like, I don't know. It's just I'm very, very curious with it. I'm not really. Interested in all the decorations and all that sort of stuff, but I feel like it is that is aimed at kids and stuff. But from just an academic point of view, just like what the fuck is this? Like this weird moment in video games where we're making things out of cardboard again. I'm definitely curious with it, and
I like the idea of customizing these things once you've built them. You can add your colours and your stickers and all this sort of stuff to them. I mean, when it's showing in the inside of the backpack thing, for the robot thing,
it's unbelievable.
It's very complex, and I'm going to say most kids wouldn't be able to build that.
Well, I think you're underestimating.
Yeah, I mean,
I probably think you're right, but it is complex.
Yeah, I think
this isn't for little kids.
Do you think 3 years ago Millie would be able to do that?
Probably.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, Stu, but Millie's not.
Then. She's not that. She wasn't like a little kid.
she's kids are smart.
Not that special.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. I'm sure.
Kids don't.
And especially if they're. I mean, look at what people do in Minecraft. For God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I guess
kids don't look at new technology and go, "Oh, this is new and strange." They just go, "What the fuck is this?" And they get stuck in.
How do I do it? I want to do it. On YouTube, I want to figure it out.
They don't look at an iPad and go, "Wow, look at all the potential this is." They just look at it and go, "Right, where's the shit that I want?" They just don't hold back. So they take this and just run with it. Obviously, it's a certain type of kid. Some kids will just smash the fucking thing up.
That is true. Or when the friend has spent all that time building it, then they smash it up.
Yeah. I might make the first video of me putting it together and then just fucking kicking it.
Trashing your 60 quid investment.
Yeah, just smacking the fucking thing.
Whatever, money, who cares?
Who cares?
But yeah, no, it is kind of cool.
Anyway, I think that's enough of.
So sorry, do we have a release date?
There is a release date. I think it's April.
Okay, just curious.
It's in that trailer actually that I just had up about 17 times. I think it's April. I think it's April. So it would say here. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? It's April. It's this year. It's not far. It's coming.
Yeah, it is. It is sometime.
It's happening. Okay, more news.
Yeah, more news.
Fans are still working on a remaster Fallout 3. Is that really news, Stu?
I thought that Duke might be interested in this.
Well, you're wrong.
Yep, but I don't know. Do we need a remastered? I mean, that's the thing is, I should play that clip from Stu's grunt. Here he is.
I don't. You see,
I agree. You see, the thing is, I would much rather people spend the time and effort to make a new Fallout game. If you're going to make the same game look a little better,
this is fan-made though, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fan-made game. It's basically Fallout 3 in the Fallout 4 engine.
Right. Is the game going to be different?
No, I assume it's the same game.
I make the same game. There's no. It's a labor of love. It shows how much they care, and I suppose that's a good thing. But I feel like I would much rather see that time and energy go into, just making a huge mod that's a new story, a new place.
So let me ask you this, right? Because it's a long time since I've played Oblivion, and they're currently making Oblivion in the
First of all, let's
Skyrim
point out
engine.
that this is like Rust. They work on it forever and then never actually release it. By the time they release it, Fallout 5 will be out. And then they'll go, oh, you get to work on making it in Fallout 5's engine.
I guess. But you see, a lot of these people do this to get noticed as well by developers, don't they?
That's literally what I was going to say. A lot of people treat this, Duke, as like a pet project because it gets them hired. So they don't have to think creatively about, let's make a game, let's make a story, let's make dialogue. They just can apply their skills and knowledge to sort of revamp something that's already there, something they love, and then they can submit it as a CV on a resume or whatever, and just say, "Look, I was part of this team that recreated this.
That's fine. That's why I'm an artist and not a capitalist. Like, I don't need to worry about getting hired. I'm not trying to get noticed in this world of competitive people trying to, become game developers and stuff. If I were going to spend this much time and energy, it's kind of like why I transitioned away from doing Wikipedia work. I could still be spending hours and hours and hours writing Wikipedia articles about, 19th century French novelists, but I'd rather spend that time writing my own stuff.
And I would rather spend that time trying to get a fucking chicken dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Chicken dinner.
So, I mean, look, I appreciate the heads up. I think it certainly looks nice. I think there's a lot of interesting possibilities. But again, I feel like the possibilities are to tell a whole new story in the Capital Wasteland. Remake the Capital Wasteland, fine. But make new stories. Don't just make the same game. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but like you say, a lot of the Skyrim mods, people have made the whole new missions and stuff, haven't they, and stuff to do in there. But
and there are people who've made those for Fallout too. I think New Vegas is the best one with those. But I mean, there's possibilities everywhere. It's just a question of what you want to do with it. And I understand it takes more time. It takes, especially if you're going to have the big benefit to remaking Fallout 3 is that you have all the dialogue. You have the audio files right there ready to go. If you're going to make a new world or a new area, you have to get people to record stuff, and it's hard to get good voice actors.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I'll be honest, though. I still would be interested in playing Oblivion again in the Skyrim engine. Because I loved Oblivion, and, I don't think I could play it now because I think it just looks so clunky.
I actually played it a couple years back before I got Skyrim working, and, it's not that clunky, I think it still holds up in some ways. Again, it's the gameplay mechanics, like doing that stupid mini game where you tell jokes and stuff. Like, that's a nightmare. And I don't know, the combat's not super great in Oblivion compared to Skyrim. Now that might be different because it's in the Skyrim engine, so okay. But I don't know.
We'll see. I do, like I say, I think there is some merit to these things, but how much that is probably arguable.
It's an interesting project. It's worth noticing, certainly, and paying respects to the people who put in all the work. More power to you, I suppose.
Yeah. Chinny, anything else? Any more news?
There is more news. Yes, there is more news.
Yes.
Newsy news. Just stalling. Hang on one second. Right, PUBG news. PUBG bans 100,000 cheaters in one single wave. The PUBG team discussed the decision on its dev blog, saying that the investigation of cheaters has been the highest priority since launching version 1.0 on the PC. We recently discovered a new pattern of cheats in action, the PUBG team said this week. We performed a thorough gameplay data review of 10 million players and complete analysis of tens of millions of data logs. We've got fuck all to do, basically.
They haven't. They've got now to do now. They're just rolling around in loads of cash.
Cash. Through this exercise, we were able to identify 100,000 instances of new pattern related to use of cheat, and now we have confirmed that it was clearly an attempt to compromise in our game. These players will be permanently banned in a single wave. On top of this, the PUBG team is taking legal action in certain countries against cheat distributors. The developer also wants to improve its security systems. There are a couple of gameplay tweaks on the way for PUBG as well. A fix in the That was a long run without me fucking it up. So
it was. You did well. You did well.
I did all right there. A fix is incoming for a death cam bug that shows no recall on players, even though they aren't using a cheat. And the blue zone will be getting rebalanced. So PUBG for life.
PUBG. I mean, I'll give them props. They're obviously doing a lot of sort of overhauling and revamping and tweaking all the time, which is good. And it's great that they're trying to get rid of cheaters. Because you want a level playing field. You don't want some idiot sort of using something. I mean, it's in China where they're taking legal action for people who are supplying cheats to people. And it's something to do with how they're shown on the leaderboards or something. There's someone on the leaderboards, and when they contact them, they're the people who provide them with the cheats for money. So they're sort of paying money to get cheats in this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I still don't get the cheating aspect, but it happens. And people just think they can still have bragging rights even though they didn't actually get there legitimately. It's just weird to me. That makes no sense, because I don't know how you can feel any sort of triumph when you've cheated to get there.
It's not. It's beating the system. That's what it is. Like,
and it's like bragging rights among people who take as a given, like, we're gonna cheat.
There's a whole community of cheaters that like try and hack stuff and It's not our audience. It's not people we know or care about. It's just their own thing. So you can't try and work out their psyche, Stu. It's just they're doing it because they can. That's it. Anyway, if you hate yourself and like Fortnite, then then we got some news about Fortnite as well.
And by the way, I'd say a lot of students at my school are talking about Fortnite every time they do.
People love that game.
Fortnite's just a cheap rip-off.
It is. But yeah, I've had people come into the chat saying, "Oh, why don't you play Fortnite? It's exactly like this." I'm like, "You fucking what?" You what, mate? Yeah, but it's past 40 million downloads. So, be it what it may, it is becoming a bit of a beast.
Because people see PUBG and they go, "Oh, I want to play that." 40 quid.
And there's lots of people. There's lots of people that don't know what the original Fortnite is.
Well, yeah.
No, they don't. All they see is Fortnite Battle Royale, and it's free.
Yeah, Fortnite is now just Battle Royale Fortnite. So, I did watch another video on this, and I don't know why I started thinking about it again. But I was like, well, I've never tried it. I've downloaded it, but I've never tried it.
You should try it, man. You should try it.
It's the crafting bit I don't care about, because you can still chop down trees and stuff and all that nonsense. So I'm not sure, but it's weird, really, because it looks like a game that was actually made by a good developer, whereas PUBG doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
PUBG obviously, Epic is a good developer. Let's not make any mistakes here.
PUBG, well, that's what I'm saying. PUBG looks like it was made by just like a bunch of like modders, which it kind of was, you know. But PUBG is so much better in every way because it's great. I'm not biased. I will try it. I think I will give it a go at some point, but I know that I'm not going to take to it. I almost already know. I know.
I think it'd be kind of funny if you do.
I do, yeah. If I did.
Dude, guys, Fortnite is awesome.
Oh my god, it's so much better than PUBG.
Yeah, for that. It's just kind of like, you know, when you see people playing Fortnite, you're like,
amateurs. Why don't you play a real game?
I know you're just like PUBG elitist.
It's like PC players when they look at people playing console. It's like, what would they play that version? Anyway, other news: new Fable game reportedly in development at Playground Games.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a shock. I didn't see that coming.
Really?
Do you think? I thought they just canned it, you know, from the last thing they were making. It's like, out of here.
Microsoft needs shit, man.
They desperately need some bloody exclusives. That's what they need.
I'll read it. I'll read the first couple of paragraphs, but I can't be asked. Microsoft is reportedly reviving the Fable series with a big-budget, character-focused action RPG. Playground Games, the studio behind the Forza Horizon series, is said to be developing the new Fable. Eurogamer reports Microsoft is making a significant investment in Fable, though development is still in the quote-unquote early days. The report states that Playground is in the process of hiring staff, with some 200 people set to work on the game. Playground has already brought on talent from DICE, Rockstar North, and Ninja Theory.
Yeah, I think we'll see a vertical slice of this at obviously E3 this year.
I don't.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think they will. I think they'll announce it. I think there'll be some sort of trailer they'll put together. With that.
Should we bet on it?
Oh, I think there's a bet. I think there's a bet here. I think they'll announce it.
Okay.
Officially.
Right. What's the bet?
Because they need freaking exclusives.
What's the bet?
They need them.
What's the bet?
I don't know.
If they announce a new Fable at E3, and it doesn't matter what it is, if it's just like the word Fable, then you win the bet, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that they don't announce the new Fable at all.
Okay, so they don't mention Fable at all at E3.
And then the bet is...
Go on then, what's the bet then?
Got it. Whoever loses has to buy the other person a winner chicken dinner.
An actual chicken dinner?
An actual chicken dinner.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy you a chicken dinner.
There we go.
Seems fine. Right, okay. There's a bet.
Yeah, but Microsoft do need exclusives. I agree with you.
They do. They are desperate for exclusives.
Yeah. And
decent
when you
ones.
think about it, Forza Horizon, and I know it's every other game, sort of thing. With you got the Forza Motorsport, and then you got Forza Horizon, haven't you? And that's been happening for years. I mean, how many more Forza Horizons are there going to be?
Well, I was just about to say the other issue that Microsoft has got is new IP exclusives.
Yeah.
Because the vast majority of the stuff they have as exclusive are sequels to other games that they've already released.
I think Fable is a chance for them to... They've got a good chance to make something great.
Sea of Thieves, of course. I don't want to sell them too short. They've got Sea of Thieves, haven't they?
But I think Fable is a franchise they fucked up on. And I think they could do better with it. So, yeah, I don't know. It makes sense. And it would still be British made because Fable is a British game. You can't change that.
Yeah.
Shenmue 3, new Shenmue 3 screenshots.
Yeah.
So if you're a Yakuza fan and somebody that generally just likes bad games, then Shenmue 3.
We don't want to talk to Yakuza fans because people who like Yakuza are stupid.
Yeah.
How?
Ding!
So there's not. The only thing with Shenmue 3 is the last time they showed it off, the character animations and their faces were really bad.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt. I just noticed this. Did you see Antonio say he liked Fortnite better?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I think I already knew that. But you can't always be right.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yeah, sorry, mate. There's something else that he said that he didn't like on his show on. What was it on Entertain Nerds? He said something, and I was like, I so disagree with him. He's so wrong.
Dead, Antonio.
He's dead.
What did you say, Antonio? Tell us.
I can't remember now, but he's just like, I don't feel it. Anyway, we don't want to talk about another fucking show on here.
Yeah.
Hackers say they're close to cracking the Switch.
Yeah, then you can make your own cardboard peripherals. Right. It's all good.
Yeah. So that's... I don't really know what to say about that. But I'm talking about the Switch has sold 1.5 million in the US for December.
It's pretty good.
That's phenomenal.
It's pretty good.
It's amazing.
It's doing very well, shall we say? And it'll be my Bayonetta player.
Yep. No, I think you're selling it short. I think you're going to play it more than you think.
Possibly, we'll see. But
it's a good little console, mate.
Sadly, I'll be buying it when Bayonetta comes out, but not until then.
Fair enough.
Not until then. Right, I think that's it for news because we've got about a shit ton of speak pipes arrived tonight. I have no idea what any of them are.
I think I've got a feeling.
Whoa, that ruled.
I've got a feeling I know.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night.
A fortnight.
Yeah. Because it's so good. Better than that shitty PUBG.
Sing all night.
No, we're doing speak pipes first. I've only got one email, so let's get speak pipes out of the way.
Why did you not say something when I was playing the email?
I don't know. I was too busy saying tonight's gonna be a good night. I don't know. Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
I see. Check out the mix I made in Drop Mix. Whatever.
Yeah, now you see it.
3 speak pipes. Oh my goodness.
No, 4.
See, you need to change. Right, but you need to. When you let me explain how Gmail works.
I know it's shitty. It clumps them all together.
Right, and that makes my life difficult.
Well, I'm sorry for making your life difficult.
I'm just playing. It's okay. Okay, so the first one comes to us from Anonymous, and it's 1:30. So here we go.
What's up, veteran gamer bitches? Guess who this is?
I don't know, but I don't know why you have to call us names. We don't call you names.
Bitches.
Stupid fuck. All right, let's get back to the speak pipe.
I sound like Chinny, but I'm not Chinny. I'm the real Chinny. I'm the brother.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
yeah. Brother, yeah. Good to have you on, buddy.
Hey, Ginger Balls.
Hello, Mike. Told you I was going to send one in. Fuck me, you only get like 90 seconds with these things. I can't believe it. I'll have probably...
Oh, he spent 20 seconds. Who guess who this is? If you learn how to manage your time on the speak pipe.
Send a couple. I've got a complaint and a question. I'm just wondering. Oh yeah, the sound quality might not be great because I'm driving, and I'm using like a shit mic. It's even it's probably shitter than Duke's $20 makeup crap. I don't know. Anyway,
makeup. What is he talking about? Makeup.
No idea.
Yeah, I think you thought you made your mic.
And by the way, if you're going to talk about a shit mic, I'm surprised he didn't take a chance to make a joke about Mike Chin.
Right. Anyway, I'm just basically replying to one of Mike's shout-outs. He shouted me out long back, and there's a few anomalies, let's say. One, he said that I'd listened to the last episode, like it's the only episode that I've ever listened to. And I've actually been listening to the past. I think I've gone back about 15 or 20 episodes now. I'm going back.
Oh, my God.
But, oh, well. That'll relate to one of the questions I've got. I brought in that game. Yes, he is right. I am.
And it just cuts off there.
Don't worry, there's another one. There's another one.
Well, yeah, there's 2 more.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Right. So here we go.
Part 2. See? Told you these things were shit. 90 seconds. I don't give me fucking enough time to say anything.
You could, of course, record some other audio somehow.
Can I just say, Chidi, he goes on a bit, doesn't he, your brother?
Says you.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Fuck it out.
Yeah, so I am saving money. I'm trying to save money. But I just thought I made a New Year's resolution that I sent it to Mike. I opened up a bit, as I do sometimes to him, and I says, I'm going to see a lot more of you this year. I'm going to make an effort, because I do love my brother. But I just don't see enough of him. So I said this year, I'm going to see more of you. I'm
going to watch you naked.
Yeah, let's be honest.
More of you?
He has to, because he's got to come to your stag do and to your wedding.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
He naturally is going to see more of you this year.
Spend 3 days with you instead of just one.
Exactly.
More. And, I'll just do more shit. So I sent him a game. Yeah, it was like shit, and it was like a shitty shoot 'em up that nobody would want to play. But something out of the kindness of my heart, just to show that I'm doing something for my brother. And it only cost me 95 pence, so it didn't break the bank.
So can we just clarify? What was this game he sent you?
It was that weird Japanese porno game.
What?
I don't even remember this.
We read it out on the show.
Well, I'm sure you did, but I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
I'll try and find the name. Keep playing. Thing.
You find out what it was he sent you for 95p.
Bastard. Anyway, I find myself saying anyway, and I don't normally say it. It's probably just, I don't know. It's just this veteran vibe I'm getting.
It's because of me. It's because of me saying it all the time.
I don't have enough time to finish this bloody recording, am I? So, I might as well just sit out this next 30 seconds or whatever you've got, 9, and I'll record another one. Not 3 for me.
Best speak pipe ever.
Silence says at the end. Okay, here's the third one of 4.
Part 3. Now, I ain't the one to complain really, but I just felt like I had to.
Now, keep in mind, he said he had a complaint and a question. We haven't even gotten to the complaint yet.
I know, yeah. We've not even had the question.
Yeah.
It was the content, so it's I'm complaining about the content of the stories that the listeners have sent in to win this PUBG code, because I thought it was shit. That one bloke go into real crazy detail about like him pooing everywhere and all that.
That would be Jason Gallagher.
Yeah.
That was crazy, unless that might have been another show. I can't remember now. I've listened to that many.
No, it's true.
So, I was going to write in a story, but I ain't got an Xbox, and that story consisted of me spending time with Mike and the rest of the family at Christmas, and it was ace. We had a wicked time. And my horror story was over Christmas, because that was the original request, that my mum and Angela forgot to put stuffing on the dinner, and I love stuffing. I absolutely love it, and there was none on there. But like I said, I ain't the type to complain, so they never actually got that feedback, and nobody ever knew and noticed, and it was lovely. We had a great time. Yeah, the content was crap. I was going to write in, like I say, I just didn't have an Xbox, so hopefully Mike's going to sell me his for a small amount.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Is that the question? Are you going to sell him your Xbox?
No, I was going to get an S because I could do... I don't really care, but I was going to get one. Because, yeah, I need the space. And I need to stand it up because I don't like having it lying down. I want to stand it up. So I was going to get an Xbox One S. And I was going to keep my old one. But my brother's fishing. He's fishing round it. He's like... So, what are you going to do with that old Xbox thing? So I was like... He said sell it to him, but I was probably just going to give it to him.
Oh.
Chinny's a nice guy. And by the way, thanks a lot to your brother for sending us a speak pipe that is living in clip. Hey-o! Bet my friend in Australia who listens to Ani DeFranco, holler and let me know you're still out there. I don't even remember your name. Anyway, she put out a live album once called Living in Clip. And that's what his speak pipe sounded like, is all that crackling.
Oh, there you
go. Is that all of them from him?
Yeah, that's all of them. He sent 3.
You still hit a crackle on the line.
Jason said Chin's brother needs to start his own show.
Yeah, he does. It does. Yeah, one Chin's enough, if I'm being honest. Soul Brother said, can you all bring back the start of the show jingle with the computer sounding music intro? I can't even remember what that went like now.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. It's a no. He said, listen to some of your old shows, and I had forgotten how much I like the music. You created that one, Duke, didn't you? You made that.
I don't remember.
Veteran.
Gamers.
The Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yeah. That was that. God.
Wow.
I don't even remember what it went like now.
That's
it's
it.
so
I was
long
just
ago.
doing it. I was just
I know. It did sound like that, didn't it?
Wow.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Veteran. Gamers. Veteran. Gamers. The Veteran Gamers podcast.
of that.
I must say that it's not as lively as the new one. But and I have to give credit. There's a song by Autechre on the second artificial intelligence compilation from Instinct. Where I got that wow sound from.
So what do we think of my brother's speak pipes?
It's good.
It's great.
No, it's good. We like that.
Yeah. You've met my brother, Stu.
I've met him on several occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
And he has got ginger balls, I'm sure.
Well, you'll find that out. You'll find that out in Amsterdam, yeah.
I may well do. Although, to be fair, on one of your game, thingy lives or whatever it is, extra life shit,
yeah.
He did come in the background with just a towel on, if I remember rightly, at one point.
Oh, yeah, that was the sexy extra life. Sextra.
I know, I'd like not the one just gone, but the one before it. He fell asleep under the desk.
That is funny.
Yeah.
A little too much 420. All right, the next one is from your mom.
Oh yeah, what is this?
Part 4.
Here's part 4.
It's part 4.
More Chinny's brother.
So my question is there any chance, or has anybody got, I bet you has, every single episode of your show? So I can listen to it in order, and I can start from the very beginning.
No, don't do that. There's really no point. Because the beginning isn't even the beginning, as Stu's going to say. It's a reaction to over 35.
No, he can wait. As we clarified the other week, you can actually...
And it's not all on Podbean.
You can actually do it by going to Podbean. If you go to Podbean or get the Podbean app, you can download every show.
Four aren't on there or something.
No, from the first ever Veteran Gamers is on there, isn't it, Ginny?
Oh my God.
The Veteran Gamers, all the Veteran Gamers episodes on there.
Oh, so you can listen to 400 shows.
You can.
What, 2 hours each? That's 800 hours of us talking.
Ridiculous.
There you go.
Have some self-respect. Don't do that.
Jesus. But yeah, if you really want to do that, go ahead.
I'm worried because I don't
People
know
are
what
crazy.
said.
People are crazy. Well, we never know what we've said the following week, let alone something from 400 shows ago.
You'll get to hear me yell about heavy rain.
People go, he said, I was in Stitches the other day because he said that thing.
Did I?
I don't remember.
Did I say that thing? I don't remember that shit.
That doesn't sound like me.
Speak pipe now.
And
yeah.
Way through. I do a lot of driving. It takes 2 hours normally to get to work and back. So yeah, 4 hours in a day I can be listening to the Veteran Gamers podcast.
You could be listening to anything else. There are philosophy
anything.
podcasts,
Audible
podcasts.
books.
There's audio books. You could listen to the works of Plato. I mean, think about all the different possibilities. Why you want to listen to us?
But I don't know. Me talking about, PUBG. It's pretty good.
Pretty important.
I'll tell you what, I get worried when someone like Antonio was putting, episode 8 would be my recommendation.
Episode 8 was great.
What happened? I've no idea.
That was the Heavy Rain episode.
Oh, is that the Heavy Rain episode? Is it?
That's the one that we keep talking about.
I guess.
Yes, your brother is going to learn a lot about you, Chinny.
And it's the one that's animated too. If anybody hasn't seen the animated Veteran Gamers,
yeah, there's a YouTube video on our channel. That's called, I think it's called "Why Heavy Rain Sucks" or something like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And yeah.
Your very cool animated Jamie did it.
That's
I've
right.
noticed that I've got people watch when I stream PUBG.
Yeah.
Obviously people watch it when I'm streaming it, but people watch it afterwards. So every stream that I do, I eventually publish it. Sometimes it takes YouTube a day or two to process it, just to check that it's not porn or whatever, and then I can publicly put it up, and people have been watching them. People have been commenting on them and stuff. So people watch them. I don't know. So you can, for people that don't know, if you've missed any of my streams on PUBG, you can just watch them in your own time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. You want to see Chinny keep trying to get his chicken dinner?
Yeah,
you
watch
can do
that driving to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Have
Watch
that
and
on
drive, it's fine.
Phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cradle it up against the dashboard. Or scotch tape it to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or use your knees to steer while you're holding the phone to watch.
Like Homer Simpson when he's talking and using his the deep fryer. All right, here's the rest of the Elder Chin's speak pipe.
And hopefully I should be able to grind through all of those in a very short amount of time. Well, It's not really. It's nearly a year, isn't it? But
yeah, it's not a short amount of time at all.
It'd be great if I could listen to them in order, because it is a pain in the arse going the other way. So there we go. Anyway, keep doing what you're doing. Do a brilliant job. It is a shit show, but keep listening to that hip hop, because it is class. I'm well into it as well, in a big way. Love my vinyl. Stu, I'll see you in Amsterdam.
You will.
Seeing ya. And Mike, I love you.
Aww.
With all my heart. Anyway, peace out. Love you loads. See you in a bit. Ta-da.
Do you know, I didn't know your brother was such a soppy bastard, really.
He is quite soppy, actually. He is quite soppy, especially when he gets drunk.
Was he drunk?
No, but when he gets drunk...
He was just said he was driving. He's not
No,
drunk. Well, hopefully not.
Some people drink while they drive.
When he's drunk, he's like, Mike, guy, we're never going to sell Mum and Dad's house. We've got to keep it. It's ours. We grew up in that house. We can't let it go. And he gets all romantic when he's drunk. But he has a heart of gold, and I can't say anything bad about him because he's doing my lights in my house. So, and he's doing them for nothing.
Exactly. But you gotta, at least wait till he's finished before you say anything bad about him.
Yeah, he's like halfway through them, and I'm like, oh, he's a great brother. When he's done, I'm like, fuck off, get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, my brother's really good with his like hands, so he can he can put shelves up and stuff. And like, I'm just terrible. Like, I just look at a drill and it explodes. I just can't.
I can somehow imagine that to be true.
It's just a fucking debacle. I've had this shelf, right? I bought this shelf for my kitchen, right? And I bought this fucking stupid shelf from IKEA, and I bought it. It must have been like last year, like January, February last year, and it's just been fucking sitting there. And I've attempted to put it up 3 times, and I can never fucking do it. And Pete came around yesterday, and fucking did it instantly. And I'm just like, I don't fucking know how to do it, because like the drill wouldn't go all the way in, right? And I was like, oh, I fucked this up, and I was like doing the wrong size drill. I just don't know what to do. And then
did you not put it on the hammer setting?
Yeah, well, I did, but then Pete says, oh, you don't do that straight away. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? What class do you go to figure this shit out? This is bollocks.
Well, it depends if you're drilling over wires and shit as well. You've got all that to consider.
Which is why I just don't bother, because I'm just scared I'm gonna die. So I just pay a man.
Just pay someone to do it. It's all good.
Fucking do it. Instead of me bothering about it.
Do you know, I fitted my whole kitchen.
Did you?
Yeah, not personally. I had help. But I built every cupboard that's in that kitchen, and the guy that I worked with, who was like the handyman, came round and we'd put it in together.
So I could help my brother. I've got no problem with doing that.
That's what you need to do, is help him. Then you'll learn something.
So that's what I said when he came around Saturday. Learn me how to do this thing, and he showed me what he would do, and then I put a few things in walls and stuff, and helped him. But yeah, I couldn't. But he used to be an electrician, my brother, so he's really good with all that shit. And he just wires it all up, like so. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all good. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine. Just get him to do all the stuff you need him to do, and everything's good.
Everything's good as gold.
It is. Right, we have got one more speak pipe before we get on to the one.
It's from Derek Sands.
Keep quiet, I'm preaching. Put a sock in it.
Hey, Veteran Gamers, it's Derek Sains again, and I've got a few questions this week for you. I've been watching a lot of Doctor Who, the last series, the final one with Peter Capaldi, and I was just thinking, if you could have your own TARDIS, which shape would your TARDIS be? Would it be maybe a nice sports car, maybe a more modern version of the police box like Bill and Ted, or maybe even a portable toilet? Who knows?
Well, we know what Stu's is going to be.
Yeah, wow, what's mine going to be?
The toilet.
Why? Why would it be a toilet?
Because you're all about toilets.
I'm not all about toilets. What does it matter with you?
Tell me it would.
Christ, you mental.
What would yours be then, Stu?
I don't know whether you can change it, man. The TARDIS is the TARDIS. It's what it is. You don't change the classic.
Question, God, why
you are not really Doctor Who, sure.
I'm not in the spirit of this thing, man, because you can't change it. That's like saying changing if you didn't like the DeLorean in Back to the Future, what would you change it to?
Yeah,
you
that is.
can't.
If you could have a time machine in any car, what would it be?
No, well, that's the DeLorean, man. You don't change
For
it.
God's sake.
What's the matter with you?
Fine,
Yeah,
fine. That's Stu's answer. He doesn't change it. Duke, what was yours?
Don't change it, man.
I would have it be. What would I want it to be? No, not a bicycle Duchess. That's your TARDIS.
That would be kind of funny, though.
My TARDIS would be. Oh, I know what it would be. We had this Batmobile push car when we were kids. It had little pedals, and I would want one of those as my TARDIS.
But that just sounds stupid because you'll be perched on top of it as a big adult on this tiny little plastic
car. It would be adult size, wouldn't it?
You didn't say that, though.
Well, I'm saying it now. Why don't you ask questions instead of saying, stupid?
Just, man, it's a police box. What's the matter with you?
No, mine's a push car Batmobile.
Okay.
Chinny?
Dildo.
A dildo. Of course, why not?
All right, here's the rest of the speak pipe.
My second question is, if your TARDIS could only either travel into the future from the 21st of January 2018 or into the past from the same date, and then back again, which would it be? Would you like to travel to the future, or would you rather travel to the past?
Future, always.
Future, man.
Yeah,
Always.
I would rather travel to the future.
Why would I like to go and look at something that's already happened, man?
Because you could get a sports almanac and make a lot of money.
Bollocks.
I'd stop the dude with the shotgun from coming into ex-girlfriend's birthday party. Primer.
Look, right? Forwards is the best way to go. Unless there's been a nuclear apocalypse, and I wouldn't want to see that.
Forwards, just to see if people are still playing PUBG.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go that far forward. I'd be
the future would be PUBG, because after the nuclear apocalypse, it's just running around parachuting in places.
I think I would go to the year 2018, but like, I don't know, March.
2018 March.
Yeah, just to see like what everybody's doing. Oh look,
Yeah,
Stu's just having dinner with his wife.
Oh, I wonder if I got a chicken dinner after all.
Yeah, maybe I got a chicken dinner. Nope.
When did you get it? Last night.
Still trying.
I think I chose this date.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, more of the speak pipe.
And I've got another question for Chinny about PUBG. And I was just thinking the next series of Doctor Who is going to feature the Doctor as a woman. And I was thinking about PUBG. Can you play as a woman?
Yes. Next.
Yeah. On the Xbox, I always make my character on the Xbox Tara, and so it's always a black female. And Marsh has a son called Jude, and Jude likes to watch Marsh play video games because he's fascinated with guns, which is going to work out fine when he's older, I'm sure. So
it's all good.
It's all fine. Anyway, he watches his dad play PUBG with me, but as Auntie Tara, not Uncle Chin, right? So he's saying, "Oh, who's that?" And Marshy says, "Oh, it's Chinna." And Jude's like, "But," and then he just has to say, "Like, no, that's Auntie Tara. I'm playing with Auntie Tara." So he doesn't get confused. But yeah, you can play as a woman, and it's not like the olden days, in multiplayer games where somebody would change their characters as a woman and everybody would assume that person is an actual woman. Whereas I don't think people do that now. I think people just don't really take any notice if it's a man or a woman. They just
I assume it's a guy who's made a woman avatar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just you can play as a woman. You can't really customize it that much though. You have like sort of set looks. So you have like, I think it's like a couple of white guys, a couple of black guys, and Asian, and then like
you can change like skin tone, right? Or is it like preset?
No, I don't know. It's all presets. So like I said, like you can have like 2 white people, like 2 black people, and then I think like sort of in between, miscellaneous. I'm sure they love being
for Latino or Asian.
Yeah, miscellaneous. Just whack them all in.
People say, "Oh, they
miscellaneous."
We don't need to make separate characters.
It's the same for the women. So it's like just sort of enough variety, sort of represent someone that would look like you. I guess is the correct way of saying it.
I suppose so. That answer made me think of a question: is Tara taking your name?
Yeah.
So she'll be Tara Chin.
That is funny.
Even though, really, I should take hers because my name would be much better.
What is Tara's surname?
It's Mattis.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
Mattis.
She could be Tara. She could be Tara Mattis Chin.
Mike Mattis is so much better than Tara Chin.
Because then people would say, well, he does now that he's married to Tara.
Yeah, maybe you could just like do away with tradition and just go the other way around.
I saw a news article where the guy took the woman's name.
Yeah.
So I was thinking Mike Mattis sounds cool. Like, who's that?
It does
guy?
sound kind of cool.
Mike Mattis.
It does sound a bit like a porn star, though.
It's pretty cool.
Starring Mike Mattis
Mike
with his
Mattis.
massive penis.
Yeah. Well, that's all true.
The Duchess is stealing my index cards. I only have 20.
Not anymore.
Leave you alone.
I have 19. All right, here's the rest of Derek's speak pipe.
And can you ever see a time when PUBG is going to have 100 women skydiving onto an island and shooting each other up, battle royale with cheese style? But I think that's it. That's my time on this speak pipe is up. So I just say keep on gaming until next time.
Hang on.
It will be 2:43 precisely.
And that's the end. Go ahead, Shin.
I think you should watch one of my many YouTube videos on PUBG streaming, then you'll see that many people play as men and women.
Yeah, but are they really women playing as women? I guess that's the question.
Does it matter?
The thing goes.
It isn't what he asked, but I think what he was inferring was that will we see 100 women playing?
Is there an option of women?
You
and female
infer, he implies.
I guess.
Anyway,
trust me.
The thing that matters in PUBG,
I accept what you say.
Obviously, when you go into PUBG, there's 100 people in the lobby, and they all talk to each other very nicely. No one drops any nasty words.
Everyone knows it's just a game, and they're all just cool.
And I have to say, Duke, I'm not really like you in Rocket League, where at the start of every game you say have fun, people have a good game. In PUBG, what I do in the plane, I do the same thing. I suppose it kind of sounds a little bit more sort of tongue in cheek. I say, okay, everybody, have a good game, because you either get the response of, yeah, you too, or fuck you, straight away.
Yep. Well, when I say have fun, people, inevitably 1 game out of 5 probably someone goes, you can't tell me what to do, and it's so funny because you never. It's every.
Yep.
All right, now is the time to play the email song.
It is. Do it.
Yeah, but I already did it, so just read the fucking email.
All right, whatever. We have one, and it's off Jason Gallagher, and he says it's PUBG for life.
PUBG for life.
PUBG for life.
He says, okay, I still stick to my initial thoughts. PUBG on Xbox One is shit.
Damn.
Uh-oh.
But eventually, someday, when the game looks good and plays great, then it will be a solid game. It is addictive.
Yes.
I love the solo mode. I love the way the map pushes every scurrying rat out of hiding so I can have target practice. It keeps the gameplay moving. In one game, no one's guns were working, so I got about 7 kills with the frying pan. So far, out of about 20 games, the best I've done was in the top 10, number 9. More shooters need these mechanics. Elevation is key to travel. Also, Chin, when you jump in the water, a lungs icon pops up. How deep will this game become? Anyway, she may not be very pretty, and she feels a bit out of whack when we're together, but damn, PUBG keeps me coming back for more. Cheers, dudes. So there you go. He accepts it's shit, but he's still addicted to it.
It is. No, I don't dispute that it's jank as fuck, but it's great.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the only email we got this week.
Oh, remember the quiz that I started last week with the cards?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have another quiz.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Quick.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz.
Oh, the quiz.
Right, time for the whole song. Go ahead.
Okay, ready?
Yes, ready.
Ocarina of Time is the critically acclaimed installment of which game series?
Legend of Zelda.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It was quick on that one. Quick.
Pinky, Blinky, Inky, and Clyde.
Pac-Man.
I'm going to give that one to Stu.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't even hear him say it. I was too busy yelling.
Which word precedes Asylum, City, and Night? In which...
Batman.
No. It's Arkham was the correct answer.
Oh, of course
Duke
it is.
got
Yeah,
it.
sorry. I didn't listen to the question properly.
No. Which game
Sort of.
features the deadly character Agent 47?
Hitman.
Hitman.
That was Duke again.
Shit.
In gaming, what does AR stand for?
Augmented reality.
Oh, that was down the middle. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to give you
So
both.
we each get half a point.
You both get nothing.
True.
Okay, last question, and this is for Stu, never to win this part of the quiz because he can't catch up. In Sonic the Hedgehog, which game did Tails first appear?
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Sonic 2.
Which is the correct answer. No one cares about that stupid game. I'll give you. You was right, Stu.
That
it was
that
Sonic 2.
Hey, Duke wins! Yay! We don't have time for the full song. The Triumph the Insult Dog was at one of the Star Wars openings, and he said, "What is the substance Han Solo was frozen in?" And everyone goes, "Carbonite." No, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. The correct answer is, who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
It was The answer was Sonic 2, Duke. Stu, so you did get it right.
It's for a shout out. Hey!
Stu, go.
I don't know. Chinny's brother for being unbelievably stupid enough to listen to all our old shows for some weird reason.
Send us 4 speak pipes.
Yeah, and sending us for taking the time to send us 4 speed pipes. So well done for that. We do appreciate it, by the way. I know we sort of go, whatever. Why are you listening to all
We
our
don't
old
have to
shows?
tell people that we're just kidding when we call them stupid.
We're just kidding. We don't think you're stupid at all.
I actually think I'm stupid. I don't like gamers anymore.
So there you go. That's mine anyway. I'm done.
It's Chinny. Shout outs.
My brother, again.
All right. I will also shout out Chinny's brother. And I'll
Ginger
shout out
balls.
She got mentioned. I'll shout out the Duchess because she's awesome with her whatever she was taping. I guess the gift to Katie. And I'll shout out Antonio because he and I are going to play some Rocket League maybe tonight. And Defoe for the Rocket League games. And everybody who listens, thank you.
Woo-hoo.
What? Huh? Ow.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
Thank you. The end of the show. You fucking pricks. Turn the podcast off. Oh, wait, you don't need to do that because it will turn off when it ends. Why don't you listen to another podcast, you ungrateful fuck?
Gonna do something less boring instead. Sitting at home, watch TV.
You require a 3-bedroom bisexual house share in Walthamstow. Is that correct?
420.
So can I just confirm, Duke? Have you just been attacked with sticky tape?
Yes, the Duchess was attacking me with sticky tape.
That is funny. It made a hell of a noise. It was kind of funny.
Tape, as opposed to non-sticky tape. I guess they have that in the UK.
I don't know. What was she doing exactly? Sticking it on your face? What was happening?
Yeah, she was sticking it on my face and then pulling it off real quick, and the skin came with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
It helps me stay young. That's right, Duchess.
I'm
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, it's like a chemical skin peel, but with sticky tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I stopped recording when I said, yeah.
God. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear me. Whatever next.
It's a new semester in school tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, Tuesday, but.
So when's spring break then? Spring break!
Oh, that's not for a while. I don't even know. It's like months away, I think.
Months? You don't even know. You're so funny.
No, because I can only be focused on what's in front of me. Last week I was focused on getting the final exams graded, and then this week I'm focused on the new semester beginning. But it's only a new semester for 4 of my classes. There's 2 of them where it's a year-long course. I mean, I guess it's a new semester, but it's not a new class for those courses. So, and it's been a while since I taught a year-long course.
You see, I thought you'd been focused on the next time you're off school.
No, it's mostly weekend to weekend in that sense. Like I can't, if I start keeping track of when the next, 3-day weekend or long week is, that I would go crazy.
How long do you get off at spring break? Do you get a week? What is that?
That's right, 1 week.
All right, okay. So it's like our half term, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think that's that done.
That's that done.
That's that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Millie's been stressing. She's just done her mock exams.
That's right. How'd it go?
She did well. She thinks she did quite well in some stuff and a bit shit in other.
Yeah.
That's
So,
life.
yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
like pretty much everything.
Yeah, she didn't do quite as well in maths with calculator, and she didn't think she did very well in chemistry.
You know, it's funny. I had a friend who had a son at our school. Like he worked in the office, and his son went to our school, right? And he was in my class, and we were talking about his son's grades, and he got like a B average, I think. And I said, you know, that's cool. You know, he's better in some subjects than in others. And he's like, yeah. And in fact, because his family lived in Mexico for a while, he said, in Mexico, if you get all A's, the assumption is your kid's doing it wrong. Like, they should have other interests. School should not be the only thing that matters. And I was like, that's a really good philosophy. I like that. Because I came from a family where it was like, you know, I remember one time I got an A- on a report card. My mom's like, why wasn't it an A? And I'm like, really? Give me a break. What are you talking about? And I have a lot of students who suffer from that sort of their parents are really like hardcore with it, and it's unhealthy.
Yeah, no, we're not like that. I must admit, we're not sort of like pushy parents going, no, you better do well. And you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm disappointed if she doesn't do as well as she should do because she is quite intelligent, and that's disappointing.
You got to find that balance, but
yeah,
a lot of parents err on the side of you got to do as well.
My mom said, "What's a report card? What school? Who are you?"
Yeah,
brilliant. All
right, guys.
Yeah, all right, mate.
Have a good night.
We will do. See you later.
Bye.
So, do you think it was a bit obvious then?
What?
Chinny.
What?
Asking him, trying to find out when spring break was to give us some idea for next year.
Still streaming.
Oh, man. Why would you do that? Too late now, it's out there.
I didn't know.
Shit.
No one knows.
No one knows. Spring break. Yeah, so get to meet your brother again in Amsterdam.
What
Should
you
be
eating?
fun.
What are you eating?
Wine gums. I like wine gums. We were trying to figure out why they're called wine gums because there's no wine in them.
Oh, that's why Duke said help.
That is exactly why he said help. If you know what I mean. I like wine gums. Good. They're very chewy. Chewy wine gums. Can't beat a wine gum.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I'm getting
I am.
bored of rubbing this penis around your mouth.
I know, I've noticed what you're up to.
Yeah. So, you know, there's only so long you can do it before it gets a bit boring.
Is that what?
There's only so long you can do it before it gets a bit boring.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, trying to stick dick butt in my mouth.
Right, I'm
That's
gonna
true.
say goodbye to the stream, Stu.
Yes, goodbye to